strategy! Skies to the grave! Quadra kill, but so was! The Spirit of the Nine wins!
It's still alive! Who is the first to fall? It is Cardifex's first blood!
The X connects onto the Hades! Down he goes!
On, able to take down 2, able to take down 3.
Adding them up, keeping them there, and it's a pentakill!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to OSL Olympus Smite League. And we're here to watch over an incredible match here in the Delphi Division between Going Ghost and the Sewer. My name's Morty, and I'm just here joined by Jay Turner with me here in the booth and Riggs behind the scenes. What's going on here, JT?
Not much today, just got back from a long, hard work day. Ready to watch some Delphi action. A couple of teams that are still, I would say, trying to find their footing this season. Sewer coming in here with a record of 1-1, Going Ghost 0-2 or 0-3, 1-2, 0-3 respectively. Trying to find their footing, and we need to get to that point where if you don't win some games here, you're not making playoffs.
Well, we are still before trade deadline as of now. And we're also moving people around, especially on the side of the Sewer. I know Musi is traditionally a solo laner. Musi loves to go into solo, but he's deciding to move over to support because he's got some new players over there. Wants to try things out, see who can go where. Dragonflight's bench for this game, unfortunately, but hopefully Elliston has some things to show off that can make us quite happy for the Sewer fans. On the side of Going Ghost, they've got some newer names to the scene as well. RK Vulcan I recognize, but the rest of the names, I think I know Debo as well. Everybody else kind of is a little fuzzy memory-wise, so we'll see how this game goes.
Yeah, a bunch of new players outside of RK and Debo. Debo's been like a pretty much mainstay Delphi support for a while. Yeah. RK Vulcan was benched Sparta last season, dips down, takes the role of a Delphi captain. Not going so well for him. I don't think he's having a very good experience doing it, so we shall see if he gets back on track today.
And our bans are underway. Thorny set banned by Going Ghost. On the other side, Ninja and Hercules banned by the Sewer. And these are all pretty standard bans. A lot of tanks being focused here. We don't want to give Pluto that E-set pick, or the Baron for that matter. And Musi's also been known to rip this Baron pick in solo, and Musi's over there as well. Now that Musi's in support, it's a little bit more of a traditional support pick, so we don't want Musi to have that. Emoji banned away as well, and it looks like Discordia is going to be our first pick of the game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to become a Discordia top pick hater, mainly because I think she's pretty easily caught out, and I think you have to pair like Disco with like a pretty backliner support like a Yamoja or a Guan Yu for this character to be successful. But I think this Geb is going to be a really good pick, and especially and I like this top 2 for Sewer. A lot of supports off the board for both of these teams. No E-set, no Baron, no Yemo, no Naja. So they're going to have to dig into their bag to find a good support they want to play here.
And I think Geb also fills out a couple different roles to a point where Going Ghosts don't know where Geb's going yet. Obviously, he's a great carry, right? A lot of people love utilizing the aspect of Calamity to let Geb be a carry, throw rocks around in the back line, kind of go bowling, right? But Geb also is a pretty prominent support. He's a great engage support. You blink in or roll in, Cataclysm, Shockwave, you stood still for a good couple seconds and let your team just pick apart the rest of what's left. But Odin can also keep them in place as well. So between Odin and Geb, you've got a solid engage if Geb's going to be their tank. If Geb's going to be their carry, then he's got a lot of self-peel potential, so Odin can dive in stress-free. Fenrir and Cerberus going to be joining the battle for the side of Going Ghosts. 4 dogs over there. Ooh.
Right now we have all 3 ways to get out of Odin Cage. You do have 3 leaps. Also 3 stuns to interrupt this Geb. Especially in the early duel lane, the way to catch out this Geb is to just CC him down. Because if you can get the Geb behind, he's pretty easy to deal with. But it's just like if he gets like even, they're at the mid game and such, he is very hard to deal with. But I don't even know we got any more. I may have an actual Geb support here. I don't know. Maybe that's definitely be a shock to me if the considering what's going on over the past few months of Smite. But it could be Cupid support as well. I'd be interested to see if Music could play that. But definitely with the arrows bow buff too, it could be heat. I'm interested to see if they do switch this up.
I did get to talk to Muzi a little bit before the game started, and he said he's going to be throwing some crazy picks out. Support's not his main role, so Muzi kind of thought, okay, maybe I can take some of my solo lane picks and take them over into support, and if that doesn't work out, then who knows what we'll go against. I mean, he even mentioned a Bologna, but obviously we're not seeing that. Instead, we maybe see Cupid, Geb, and where they'll be going respectively role-wise, who knows, but that's probably the duo lane here. Osiris and On Her to finish off the draft from the side of Going Ghost, and this is an interesting team comp. I'm kind of wondering what their strengths and their weaknesses are.
They have, I would consider, a very, very strong dive with the Cerberus, Fenrir, Osiris, 3 very, very high damage dive characters if you want to play like that. They're going to look to kill the sewer very, very fast. But I think if this is Geb ADC, this is a pretty bad comp to play it into on GG's hand. I mean, the Gebs have a lot of CC to deal with here. I love Osiris, backline, Cerberus, CC. It's a tough comp for a Geb to play into.
Things are going to be a little rough for whoever decides to go Geb, and I'm wondering too, I mean, we talked about this could be a carry, this could be a support, and for all we know, this could be Cupid Sobek in duo, and that's a Geb solo. I mean, I've seen that before too. If you really just want to shut down a solo laner and make sure they don't farm at all, then you just throw rocks down their throat and just make sure that they don't don't breathe and can't farm whatsoever. They're shut down from the get-go. That could be the move. I'm not so sure. This could be Geb jungle, could be Odin solo. That comp looks crazy. I'm excited to see where things pan out. But 5-on-5 here, JT, where are you putting your betting odds and why?
I'm not gonna lie. I think Going Ghost take this. Mainly because, I don't know, this is the first time I've seen the sewer run out this lineup. And I think the fact that both players are in the mid lane and that the side lanes are actually gonna create the difference here. So I think RK and Pluto are pretty even as far as skill-wise. And, I favor Debo over Muzi. I think Phoenix and Ellison are pretty even. But I think Louis slightly better jungler than midline. And I definitely has not played Smite comp in a while. I think it honestly depends. If Bappo can outperform definitely here, I think GG will be just fine.
As we're waiting on our game to start up here in just a moment, hopefully you won't be waiting too much longer here, folks. I do agree that, yeah, this is a bit of a rough comp for the sewer. It kind of seems like they've got, we're finally in. They've got a weird team fight, but it could work out well should everything align. As we get into the game here, Going Ghost walking forward to maybe invade, but looks like they just got some vision and then walk away. For those of you just now joining us, my name is Morty. I'm joined here by Jay Turner, and we've got Going Ghost versus the sewer here in the Delphi Division going on. Game 1 of a best of 3 happening right here in week 3 of the season as Debo and Phoenix walking towards the purple side, probably gathering vision yet again. But now we see where our gods are, and that is indeed a Geb solo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Minions have
of all the characters I want to play, if I was playing Geb Aspect into a character, I feel like Osiris would be like bottom 2 I'd want to face, just because he is just so slow, and that interrupts your dash, and by the time you have your 3, he easily stun you. Just have so many ways to just interrupt to make the way you play the game annoying. It's gonna be playing against range lock the solo lane well, but post level 3, this Osiris should just start to bully this Geb out of the lane, especially since he's probably going to go more tank build, as you can see with the Warriors Axe first. It's going to be hard for him to 1v1 this Osiris.
We'll see how that lane goes on. Obviously, we're waiting on abilities here as we see some early poke happen in duo side. Phoenix is landing some basics right onto Muzi, who's down to already less than half health, but Sickening Strike will get him a little bit of health back, and they'll be able to walk up from there. So a slow phase so far. I mean, we're barely a minute in here. A lot to talk about.
Yeah, interested to see like both supports here. They're playing Bluestone supports, which I found out over the past couple days that I think you pretty much just have to play Bluestone supports if you want to be able to play in the dueling, because it is just if the other team, it's just with the axe nerf, it's kind of like if you want to create your pressure, you kind of have to go Bluestone, and the clear on jungle camp, that first purple is just so much more with Bluestone. So I feel like if you're pretty much forced to go Bluestone and support right now to be successful. So, but we gotta fight up the oracles.
Fight over the oracles, down to less than half health. Odin's gonna jump over the wall. Hus blocker is going back, but chasing down from there. Little Lion maybe wants a piece, but no, he's gonna have to back things up. He might have unchained a little bit too far down, and full of health still is Vulcan, but what can Vulcan do from there? He flips back towards the safety of the tower. Look at where Little Lion is going, positioning away from the Merlin. Doesn't want to fight this, just wants to get out safely. And Pluto suffered a lot of damage in that transaction. That is both Fenrir and Pluto down to 100 health, but no kills suffered here in the early game.
Yeah, GG comes out slightly up top of there. Vulcan keeps his beads, and Pluto and poked out completely. So slight win and a level lead there for Vulcan early. Means to tell me they got both of those oracles. As you can see, the word on the map shows it. So honestly, pretty good. Honestly, I didn't notice Lit Lion kept his beads as well. So beads burned off of Merlin. Oracles gotten for GG. Net win for Going Ghost.
And look who's showing up on duo side. Little Lion lurking in the shadows, emerging from the bushes, and walking straight towards blue. Are we going to be able to find first blood here? The dash will take Cupid back to safety of the tower, and no charge spray available from Muzi just yet. Finds a stun through Unchained, going forward, looking for one last bit of damage, but doesn't want to dive for it. Not going to happen. Debo just a tad bit off the mark with the one there. The paralyzing spit was not in range, so no first blood suffered just yet again. Very close call, though. It looks like Lit Lion's going to cash in on some free camps on the enemy side of the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of bloodshed early, but no deaths. Both Museum, Elliston there, very, very close to death. Both relics expended. Debo tries to get that last hit there at the end, has to forces his shell out. But as you can see, Lit Lion, you can just see how much damage this how much damage that the Fenrir is doing early. So as we all know, Fenrir's kind of an early beast. So if we can see if Lit Lion can like extend this pressure into the mid game, where Fenrir is still pretty good, but if we can get to this late game with a solid lead on this Fenrir, I think Lit Lion should be in a pretty good spot.
4 minutes into the game and no first blood suffered just yet. A couple early attempts, but nothing successful so far. Laning phase has been this laning phase has been very slow so far, right? And which team do you think benefits from the slow pace gameplay more? Who's really looking to get to late game?
I would say the Sewer probably want to play this a little bit slower because scaling characters like the Odin and the Merlin favor that just a little bit more, because as you get more and more cooldown with this Odin pick, you get those cages in 10 seconds sometimes. So
brutalized forward, followed by Ragnarok, took down half health. Hus Blocker's in a bit of trouble, dashing forward, Golden Apple off the mark, forces beads away. Hus Blocker's gonna go back to the safety of the tier 2 tower this time around. Going Ghost invested a lot into that, including Defender ult, but didn't quite work out. Music Land rotating over just a tad bit too late to the party, but who's to say that the party can't start back up again? We've got plenty of time. The night is young. Instead, we'll go after a camp and then march our way towards the Firebrands. Going Ghost get a little bit of objective, right? It's a little bit of gold. Like we said, still no first blood killed, still no first blood found, but it's a little bit of early XP here and there.
Yeah, you can see who's winning like these kind of like even, pretty much just like the side camp trade that's Going Ghost has an early 1K lead, but definitely might be getting cooked here.
Brutalized, chasing down Geb through rollout, but I mean, look at the movement speed on Geb here. There's no way you're catching up to Delphi like this. Lit Lion barely able to get back to the fountain. Recall was just a tad bit too much faster than Hus Blocker there, and that's quite all right for Fenrir. Hus Blocker is going to settle. Oh no, Hillsbarker's going to go back towards Solo. He wants to kill on Odin here. Jump in, a huge damage, followed by the stun, and the Gungir's might will take it down. The Boppo there, first blood goes to Going Ghost. And on the other side of the map, Gold Fury getting looked at by Going Ghost as well. Music Clan lurking here, ready to maybe pounce on somebody. Down to 500 health on the gold. Sigi Torment brings up 2. Vulcan's able to secure the Gold Fury, and the fight unfolds from there. Going forward is on her. Nice disperse into a great knockup, but Pluto creating a little bit of space for himself and taking some bodies with him. He just took 2 down. Or it took 1 down. That's Lid Lion, but look at rolling in from Solo Lane. No way. Deathly showing up to make sure that 2 fall for Going Ghost. You might have gotten gold, but it certainly wasn't for free.
Yeah, a late rotation there from Deathly here. Just it's kind of a questionable rotation. You just have the gold's already gone. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of damage on that impale. But yeah, shoving over. Oh, he's caging him.
No way! Oh my god, a massive disperse followed by the impale. You just need to land 1 more basic, big dog. Come on! Music Clan here to help make sure that there's some cleanup. Down to 100 health. On her, running for his life, but Ragnarok will bring it back. Music, you're not getting away today. There's a Fenrir right behind you. We picked you up and put you down like a chess piece. 2 more kills go to Going Ghost, and the Firebrand on the other side of the map going to Boppo. Looks like we're finally starting to see a bit of a lead develop here. It's not massive, but it's present.
Yeah, I mean, not done yet. Pluto's dead.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, so Sewer kind of they lost the Gold Fury. They do get a couple kills for it, but then Louis overstays his welcome just a little bit. I mean, Phoenix played that really well, anyways. Credit to him. Mid Beacon Moonlight Favor going on the side of Going Ghost now, and they're kind of starting to take control of this game just slightly deep. Has a 3-level lead on Musi right now. You can see like Musi often go for that Yogi stick push, the the never die build, but doesn't seem to be helping him much right now. But ooh, Lidline, a lot of damage there from Vulcan.
Good damage unfolding from mid, but Going Ghost starting to gather a bit of a gold lead here. It's 2K, which is nothing too crazy, but it's the biggest lead we've seen in the game so far. Looks like how you predicted things are going to go in solo, it's starting to happen. Definitely's having to go back to the tower because he's half health. Look who's around the corner as Phoenix Solos blue over in those. Oh, in the middle, there's a whole big fight happening over there, but Boppo might suffer from the gank here. Doesn't work out the way of Huz blocker, though. Boppo's able to get back to the tower, recall from there. There was a crazy fight in mid as well, but only 1 kill was found on blue. And nothing too much emerges from there. No Firebrands, no Gold Fury to chase after, so we'll just settle for the kills we can get right now.
Is under attack.
Yeah, nothing really on the map right now. Gold Fury probably got another 60 seconds or so before it comes up on the map. I like what this is going for Going Ghost here, a character like Sobek, who's so strong in the early game, it's good for Going Ghost the fact that Cerberus is able to get the lead on this Sobek because they're both pretty early aggressive early supports. So obviously, the one that's on top is going to have the massive advantage going forward because if you're behind, you can't really play as aggressive as you want to, especially as a Sobek. If you pluck in and you miss, if you're behind, most of the time you're dead. You'd want to be like a little bit ahead before you try anything. But Louis, looking like Deathly's gonna get caught out here just again.
Oh no, Deathly's in trouble getting chased down by Brutalized. You tried to roll out, but you got picked up yet again by Ragnarok. Cataclysm provides a little bit of space, but leaping forward from there, Boppo says you're not going anywhere. 1 kill going towards Going Ghost. Deathly is the victim. Arcade Vulcan might be in trouble here. Over the wall, Going Ghost might a tad bit off the mark and out of basic range as well. Barely getting out by the skin of your teeth there. I mean, I would say a prayer for that one, Vulcan. You got very, very lucky. Maybe showing up towards the right side of the jungle. Debo getting chased down into his side of the map and then backs off there. Debo's playing protective of his territory like the dog he is.
Yeah, I mean, those jukes from Vulcan to avoid that spear from Odin were very, very insane. Just the perfect time juke on that, the perfect time strife to get him off of him. And now, Gold Fury being looked at here by Going Ghost. They're 4 strong on the map here. It just depends on if they know, and they have eyes on it now.
5 members of Going Ghost walking towards the Gold Fury. This would be their second one of the game. And the burn is slow, but it's happening as 4 members of the sewer are watching from the side. Deathly's not there, but Going Ghosts have all 5. They feel confident with taking this fight because the numbers game favors them. Lurking in the waters, forced out from Muzi. Stygian Torment, a tad bit off the mark, doesn't pull anyone, but Odin creating space with the Ring of Spears, but Phantom Shell used, so nobody's locked in place. It looks like we just took a lot of resources away from the sewer, including the soul of Valentine. That's 1 kill found for Going Ghost, and now they go straight back to the Gold Fury and look to burn that away. Huzzblocker walks forward, maybe looking to seal it with a stray Gungnir's Might, but he's a little too late. Vulcan's able to secure the Gold Fury. Going Ghosts are developing that lead even more so at 11.5 minutes into the game. It's a 4K gold lead for them, and that's nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, Going Ghosts, like we said, they've got a good draft. They're fine with going late as well. You mentioned that the sewer have some late game scaling gods, but Going Ghosts do too. I don't know, things are looking good for Ghosts right now.
I mean, they're playing this game very well. I know this Going Ghost team scrims like a lot. They've really tried to improve a lot on what they want to do. And it's really showing here. They played these 2 gold furies really well. Vulcan on the back line just poking off with the damage with this disco, doing a very good job with it. But you know, just Going Ghost are just playing grouped better. I think they have just like a slightly better team fight, especially early with this tank aspect Geb hybrid, not doing as much damage as they normally would.
Fields of Love doesn't find a lockdown because Beads used. Well, CC Immunity used thanks to Desert Fury. Phoenix is A-OK. Doesn't get locked down. Usually was around the corner, but so was Devo. So nothing really found from there. Huzzblockers around does have Ring of Spears to work with, but looks like we're not going to emerge any blood on that side of the map. But maybe here in solo, leaping in from the side, Unchained into the Brutalized. Bappo is able to find the last hit of damage. Another kill going to Bappo. Looks like free Firebrands from there. Not if Pluto has anything to say about it. It looks like he might have stolen 1 away in 1 little rock. 1 piece of strength and intelligence is better than nothing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, definitely struggling here with no beads. You know, just having to go that agility related to play the early phase. Definitely coming back to bite him. I'd be interested to see if he does go and pick up those beads later. I mean, I don't know. Like, this build is kind of interesting. It's like the tank, like Osiris kind of like build, but like on Geb. And he's got Warrior's Axe instead of like something like the Golden Dagger that would like help his like clear just even more. So I don't know what is like how he plays these fights. I don't think he does a ton of damage. I don't think he frontlines very well, honestly. So as you can see, he's just pumping down autos with this guy, and I think he's gonna get out of that one though.
Oh, Ragnarok forced out a rollout, made him a tad bit too fast. And Fenrir wasn't able to catch up to him. Louis gonna have to back away from there. Definitely escape death for now, but you can't say that for the rest of the game. Something tells me we're lurking around the fire giant pit, because in 45 seconds, make it 40, we'll see the Moonlight Queen, and that is exactly what the sewer needs to get back to rolling. Going Ghosts need this to secure their lead. We'll see how that goes here in just a moment, as we're still setting the stage. Members of sewer are going back to base, getting some items, and then making their way there.
You got the point of the Queen Naga and Gold Fury are all going to both spawn at like a similar time. So you're left with a choice. Going Ghost already has 2. Wait, they want Bappo dead here.
Okay, no, Bappo's getting focused by 3. A big jump in, Ring of Spears is online, hits the stun, Fields of Love to follow. No way they're investing this much into Bappo just for him to walk over the wall. Ring of Spears is out, Ultimate's thrown across solo lane. This is a crazy fight we've got going on here. Paralyzing spin, gets good damage off, but not able to find the kill on blue. Vulcan's able to clean up on 2. Deathly's dead, so is Muzi. 2 dead on each side though. Louis and Debo are dead as well. 3 on 3 by the Moonlight Queen. Neither team feels comfortable with starting to burn. 2 members of the sewer went back to base, and the rest of Going Ghosts are going to farm some camps.
Lane in a while, man. I can tell you that. That was a 5v5 action in solo at 16 minutes. You don't see those very often. I can tell you that. Both teams now look like they want to favor this Queen Naga. Before I was saying before that fight broke out is, um, if you were going Ghost, you have 2 Gold Furies. Is it risky? Or I'm not gonna say risk. Like the difference. Do you prefer having 3 Gold Furies, or do you prefer having, the 5% instant strength buff from this Naga? And if don't know, they just get it for free, so it doesn't matter. I think go do Gold Fury if they want to. But like, I feel like with the sewer, you just gotta trade out Gold Fury there for the Queen Naga. Make sure Going Ghost didn't get those 3 Gold Furies, which is pretty important, especially in like some of those later fights. Get the protections around towers, very very strong. So interested to see if that was a team decision, but maybe they prioritized this middle a little bit more. But they're giving up pressure on that too. So there's giving too much to GG right now.
Fight unfolding by the beacon in the middle. Ragnarok forced, but that was CC immunity. It was wasted. Phoenix is slamming spears. Down go 2. Huzblocker's dead. Same with Fusey once more. And looking for a third, maybe maintaining control on the beacon. Forcing away in the sewer once more. Locked in place as Debo takes down Blue. Deathly rolling out to the tower, but gets impaled into the wall. Blocked by a pillar and taken down to extremely low health. Pluto's way farther back under the tier 2. We've given up on the tier 1. We already got the Moonlight Queen. We got the beacon, and Going Ghost going for the trifecta, which is the Gold Fury. Like you said, their third one of the game will happen here. The sewer need to decide, are we going to contest this? Do we go straight to gold, or do we split the map and maybe go pyro?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they can. This Gold Fury is burning too far. It's just if the Going Ghost to side step back, they can pull up. They do have pushers now in every single lane. Some of these towers are below. If you're able to get some of this left tower, the pyro, and getting this pyro and maybe that right tower, looks like they're gonna try and pull pyro here. Yeah, they need to get this to like stop some of the bleeding. But looks like they want to contest it. If they get this, they're gonna be down, approaching like a 10k gold lead here. Not something you want to be, especially going in fire. And Lidline just stepping up there is enough to get them off of it.
Yeah, just a little bit of facing, right? Just showing that you're here is the biggest thing. Scared sewer away with their tail between their legs, retreat to the jungle to farm and pray for better days. 18.5 minutes into the game, 14-6. Going Ghosts are in the lead by more than double the kills and about a 7k gold lead, more or less. I'm no mathematician, I'm just a mere caster. So, I think it's looking good for Going Ghosts. I think they've got a great means on their side. Their team comp's solid. They're using their early lead very well. It's all gas, no brakes. Every objective has been in their way so far. 3 Gold Furies, the Moonlight Queen, and a whole lot of Firebrands. Going Ghosts have everything they need to keep this going, and now with the Pyromancer being looked at and burned in quick time, Going Ghosts could continue this brutalized forward and take it down as Fusey. He just wanted to watch. He didn't really want to fight. He was there as a bystander, and you slaughtered him.
Oh yeah, a little bit of a weird drop there from GG, but yeah, Muzi just gets CC chained. Couldn't even get his shell off. Couldn't get his ult off. He was just sitting there like a duck. But oh my, good damage on. Oh, Lidline.
Oh, Ragnarok's out. Debo jumps over the wall. Paralyzing spit forces beads away. And there we go. Ring of Spears is forced out. Huzblocker on the run. Getting chased down. A massive cataclysm from Deathly creates a little bit of space, but what can Deathly do from there? You don't have much damage to fight this. You don't have the health either. Trying to put on the juke shoes. Stone Shield provides a little bit of health. Roll out away. Barely gets you to safety. Meanwhile, Split pushing up the left side. Blue Valentine's just trying to utilize all of this pressure happening in the mid lane. Maybe we take a bird, but suspecting things are Louis. Says, nope, no bird today, big dog. You're gonna have to take that back to your side of the map.
Yeah, this is pretty fine for Siri. You've gotten them off this pyro twice now. You've costed your life, and Elliston able to get 2 towers left side. Decreases gold, just a bit of a Muzi. Misses plus, and he might be dead again.
Pyro's down to 1,000.
Oh!
Who's gonna take it? Maybe they can steal. Who's it gonna go to? Oh, it went to the sewer. They sold the Pyro away. That's their first objective all game. And they're taking the fight from there. They're going straight gas pedal. This is their chance. Blue Valentine takes down Phoenix. That's a massive shutdown. Can they find more? Half health members on the side of Going Ghost. And Sewer continuing to double key. Deathly's got damage. And Muzi's got a lockdown. Gungears might find a stun on Louis. And Ring of Spears forces out the stun. Walking forwards, Deathly. Down goes another. Louis is dead. Debo's extremely low, lurking around the side, watching Deathly slaying rocks. Look at this man go. He's got a banana clip the size of a limousine chunking rocks down the lane, but he's going for more kills. Dives under the tier 1. Cataclysm to follow, and a shockwave. Pluto's there to clean things up. Another shutdown for the sewer, and look at that. They're up, what, 6K gold in the span of a minute? What a crazy comeback for the boys.
I mean, it all started with Delphi just getting the entire farm and left. While they were like dancing around that pyromancer, he was able to catch up all in levels, all the gold that the lead that Phoenix Sphinx had on him, and he was able to go into that fight very, very strong. It cost a few health bars, like Mewtwo's sitting here, and like Mewtwo's 4 levels down, but you know his team is playing fine. Definitely here, just farming his brains out, 3 levels up on this Geb, as he should. Like, if you're a ranged character like that, you should be prioritizing farms a little bit. But now you get to the point where your solo's 3 levels down. Like you still have the comp advantage with the late game Osiris, but you have to reach it. And now we've reached kind of a standstill where Bappo kind of has to farm, and I don't think that the sewer can just like pull this FG in front of the face of GG. But so they don't even have to. They're on Gold Fury getting that, and with this Gold Fury, it might just come out on top here pretty soon. But Fire being pulled by GG, and Deathly's over here.
Only means to seal it is Deathly. He is rather tanky. He's got some damage to do it as well. Louis walking towards him. Maybe zone him away. Fire Giant's down to half. Gold Fury slain by the sewer. Down to 4, down to 3. Walks forward as Deathly. Can he take it? CC immunity, but take it into the air through Stygian Torment. Deathly's not going to get that today. Vulcan is taking down the Fire Giant for Going Ghost and looking for Deathly, who's able to roll out to safety. And you may be having to utilize the dagger here. Louis got chopped away at because the sewer just moved straight from gold to fire. They're looking to clean up on whoever's low on the side of Going Ghost, but couldn't find any kills. However, they almost made Louis use dagger, but he still got it in pocket. But fire goes to Going Ghost. Sewer got their first Gold Fury of the game. So, I mean, honestly, I don't know. It seems like we're at the most level point we've been at since the beginning of the game, aside from the Fire Giant.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great call there from GG. You now have fire on all 5 members. You're still even in levels outside of, you have a big gap in solo and a big gap in support on both teams. But you're at the point, you have a Fire Giant buff on this Osiris, and he's to the point where he's still like 16. It's not like he's vastly behind everybody else. He can still frontline very, very well. You know, especially with those mitigations that he has. He has a Dwarven plate, which is just boosting how much protections he gets from his items. So he's still fairly tanky. He can still tank like some of this damage from Pluto, especially with that G buff. He's gonna be able to burn down these backliners pretty well. I would say I'd be nervous defending this tier 2 still if I was sewer, but let's see if they try.
Yeah, I think this tier 2 is dead. I think you just play for Bird here, but they're going to play for a tier 2 anyway. And they kind of let it go here. They didn't really defend it too strongly. They just kind of were around it saying, please don't, begging for mercy, but their pleas were not heard. As Pluto's throwing a bit of damage off towards Going Ghost as they approach the Titan, or the Phoenix. In goes Musi into the backline, being forced away. Golden Apple with big damage. Deals a love to follow through. Phoenix slams Musi. Down goes 1. The rest of the sewer feel confident taking this fight, though. Louis going straight in with Ragnarok. Who is he going to find? He's locked in place from Ring of Spears. A very well-timed Odin ult from Huz Blocker. As all 5 of Going Ghosts continue to walk forward. Now beginning to burn on the Bird. Down to half health, and down it goes. Phoenix able to chop that thing away in quick time. Going Ghosts got what they wanted, and they belt away from there. Maybe making their way back to the Oracles to get some vision, and then Ancient Fury when that respawns, because it will be up sooner than you think. 25.5 minutes into the game, and a 3K gold lead for Going Ghost. The sewer trying to get their way back on the mountain, finding a little bit of footing here and there, but Going Ghost still in the lead by a pretty decent amount.
Yeah, they're gonna strip out this entire left side probably. Like, you still have 5 members with fire, 60 seconds, about a minute left. I'm surprised they're not going for that tier 2, but looks like they want to reset, spend some of that gold they made. Maybe they want to fight over the mid beacon, which I would think that the sewer should be on this. Well, you know, they see all backing, but looks like they're gonna give that up for free. So we have 2 T2s left on the side of sewer. But I'm not. This Fire Giant buff for GG hasn't really extended the gold lead. He went from about 2K to 4K, which if I'm the other team, if I only lose 2K gold from a Fire Giant, that's not the worst thing in the world. I've seen teams go from even to down 10K from a Fire Giant at some point, so they split the map very well. Um, Definitely just farmed out that entire right side. He's just getting his items down. Still, like, he's basically like a tank ADC right now. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he's still tanky. Um, gonna be hard to kill still. So if he's able to just like just survive, able to frontline, maybe get some little slight poke onto the front line of GG, he's gonna be doing his job.
Ancient Fury spawning now. 5 seconds left on the Fire Giant buffs means they can burn this Ancient down in quick time. They can utilize the final seconds of the buff to grab another objective. And with weakened tier 2s on each side, Going Ghost can get a little bit more gold in their pockets and try and open up that Titan room a little bit more on the side of the sewer. Try and break out open every little piece they can get their hands on. 5 members of Going Ghost rotating around the map, grabbing Pyromancer now for 1 extra runic bomb for their next siege. Maybe make them a little bit more successful. Now, if you're in the footsteps of the sewer right now, JT, what are you doing to try and salvage the deficit that they're in? How do we save this game?
Well, the deficit's not. It's like you're like 6K down 28 minutes into the game. That's not terrible. It's fightable. It's not like you're 15K down, multiple levels down in every roll. It's fightable. I mean, Musey's probably gonna die if something happens. He's gonna pluck in. He's 4 levels down. He's probably gonna die. But if you're able to get value from Musey's life, that's the important thing. Musey still has to start these fights. He has to go for a pluck, preferably on a backliner, because I think if he plucks this Osiris and or the Cerberus, I think it's a pretty bad pluck. His Fenrir is a pretty bad pluck, considering he has his bubble now. So this is gonna be tough for Musey, but he still has to engage, and it's very, very important that the dive for the sewer properly plays this, which is going to be hard because your dive is Geb, tank Geb, and Odin. 2 tanks that are actually losing full damage. I just now realized that we're going full damage, but this fire's burning fast.
It's burning fast, down to half health. It definitely wants to walk forward. Sidney Torment brings him in. Great block from Musey. Takes Devo straight to the back line. Golden Apple going right through the sewer. The whole conglomerate of them. Ring of Spears creates some space. And a look at Host Blocker in the back line. He's going to get dove on by Louis. Vapo takes down Blue in the backside. And looking for Musey, but going to have to run away from there. He's extremely low. Lurking in the water is going to slow him down a tad. Musey continuing the chase, but he's going to get punished because around the corner was Fenrir with a nasty brutalize. And Vulcan's going to find the final touch of death. 3 dead on the side of the sewer. Going Ghost didn't get the fire, but they spilled a lot of blood in the process.
Yeah, and you can see this is where the Vapo is just in the back, 2 levels down on both frontliners. He was still able to get value. This Osiris is still just insanely tanky with this Pridwin shell, the shield splitter, Dwarven plate. While he's still able to get value with his base kit as well, while definitely struggling over here to find some value with his, kind of like ranged ADC kind of thing, but he's still walking in here. He doesn't get it.
He does not get it. Phoenix is going to take down the fire for Going Ghost. Definitely is going to be throwing rocks till his final moment, which is now. Phoenix gets 1 more kill. Deathly is dead. And Going Ghost have weakened tier 2s on each side. They've got Fire Giant buffs and the dagger in hand of nobody. Where's the
dagger got used by Mr. Little Lion there in the middle of the fight.
Oh, true. I didn't, it just slipped my mind. I don't know what happened to me there. No dagger in use, but every other tool that Going Ghost could need, they're going to utilize here as they march down the left side of the map in the sewer, prepare what could be their final moments in this match here at the 30-minute mark of the game. Going Ghost continue to march in the sewer, preparing.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that they re-got that mid-bird as well from just minions alone during that firefight as well, so you already have a bird down.
Yep.
I would reckon they'd probably just get this left tower right here. It's still weakened, and then you're going to pop that down, and then you're going to go do the Ancient Fury, get that Phoenix weakened. And then, even though there's still a T2 up, you're still looking at end territory, you know. You're still very strong. You have a minute and 60 on fire. Once that bird gets weakened, it's going to be hard, very, very hard to defend. But the plan is still the same. You can't just, like, let the team go in there and, like, walk it down. Still play aggressively here, I think. It's pretty much your only hope. Because I think they will struggle on, like, a Titan defense. Because I think this Geb is starting to, like, fall off just quite a bit. His damage isn't going to sustain as much. So, I wouldn't be opposed to a jungle fight either. Like, try to get a big Cupid ult on somebody like Lidline here, who's kind of playing alone, but none of the team is there, so very, very hard for him to not... He's going to be live, and they're just going to get this Phoenix for free, I'm pretty sure.
And Weakened Bird on the left side because they got Ancient Fury once more. So Weakened Bird, left side of the map, and it's burning very, very quickly. Phoenix finally takes it down, and leaping into the back line was Leon. So he's got a little bit of damage off, but he took a lot more, so he's going to have to back things up. Dead Bird on the left, Dead Bird in the middle as well. The right side tier 2 is close to death. It is weakened. They could just go take that down real quick and then maybe make a bolt for the bird from there. They're just trying to take as much as they can away from the sewer. But instead of W-keying, they're kind of just playing the slow and methodically. It's a long drive down the field rather than a long pass. We're going for quick run plays here and there and here and there. Down goes the right side tower tier 2. No more towers on the map for the sewer. Now it's just one bird defending their Titan as Going Ghost prepare their next move.
Yeah, one thing I did notice there on that left Phoenix fight is that Muzi had no magic prots, and a Vulcan Strife Apple combo, or whatever the first ability is called, did about 1,300 damage to him. So that's the thing. Muzi has no magic prots, so as you can see, he's buying them now. But I don't know if he's going to have them online in time to be able to successfully try to stop Vulcan from doing as much damage as he can. But that's the thing to look out for, especially, I don't know, if they try to reset, like, your fire, you have 90 seconds to the next fire, yours is falling off in 30. Do you try to make a play for this mid-bird? Mid-beacon is also spawned, or about to spawn. You can start getting the rocks on the side. Is this where they try to save the game, or do they give it to Chi-Chi yet again for free? But this next fire giant is EFG, so... The game has stalled out to the point where, you know, the EFG, which nobody can just pull in front of people's faces because it's got so much HP, protections, and it does a lot of damage to the tanks. Can they do something here on EF? But no. We're getting stuck.
Oh, big pull from Debo takes Deathly out of place. Followed by Fields of Love. Golden Apple chunked down the lane. And a lot of damage being dealt to Lid, but that's all right.
Oh, big
Appo's going to go straight to Muzi. That's a huge Osai ult. And diving back from there, Bender takes down one. Vulcan kills a third. Pluto and Husbacher, the only two left on the side of the sewer. Going Ghosts are surely going to end the game from here. The mid Phoenix is dead, and they march their way towards the Titan. Pluto, extremely low on health, chunking abilities and doing what he can to save this game, but there's nothing you can do but watch as Going Ghosts take game 1 of the set.
Yeah, they were looking like they were trying to maybe set up a defense on the mid beacon there. Definitely gets caught out by the Serp Spit, and Muzi comes in and tries to save him. Muzi instantly dies. Somehow Deathly survives. Don't know how that happened. And then just the massive Osiris ult in the backline for Bappo equals Going Ghost victory for that game 1 performance. I mean, looking at both of these, both mid laners kind of like popped off a decent bit. I mean, Pluto lit the lobby with like 47k damage. I mean, he's playing that Merlin, who's very, very high damage. You know, once he gets a couple items online. Good performance from Pluto overall, despite the loss. So I would like to see... That's not a terrible game for the sewer. Especially with how much you're trying some stuff. I'd like to see Deathly on a traditional solo this next game to maybe try and scale into the late game just a little bit more. Because the Geb was fine. So I just want to see, that's the one change if I want to see. And if the bans stay the same as well, I want to see what these supports play in game 2 as well.
Well, there's only one way to find out. And that's by getting to game 2. But before we get there, we're going to take a quick break. You're allowed 1 potty break per set, and it is right now. So use it and use it well. Grab a snack while you're out, and meet us back here in a few for more OSL action. everybody, and welcome back to OSL Olympus, my league, where we just watched over a heater between Going Ghost and the sewer of the Delphi Division. And here's the stats of what we just saw. My name is Morty. We've got Riggs behind the scenes handling things there, and next to me here in the booth is Jay Turner himself, the man. Now tell me what we just saw here, JT. Tell me what we just saw here, JT. So, I'll tell you, all right, well, I'll buy some time here. Riggs, I'll tell you a joke. So, an almond, a cashew, and a walnut walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "What kind of place do you think I'm running here? A granola bar?" I could do this all day, chat. I could do this all day.
Are we live again?
Oh, Jay Turner, did you hear that joke? I had a banger.
I heard some of it. I told you to give me a few more minutes, and you just started without me, I guess.
Oh. All right, I'll say it again, JT, because I want you to hear this. The chat already heard it, but you deserve to hear it. I want to hear your reaction, right? So a cashew, a walnut, and an almond walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "What kind of place do you think I'm running? A granola bar?"
That's about a 4 out of 10.
A 4?
Yeah.
That pissed me off. Just talk about that. That was a pretty damn good joke, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty proud of that one.
Hey, man, you probably...
Just do the bands, dude.
Bands are going to stay the same. Danja, Yemo, Herc, Thor. They're going to stay the same. There ain't no point in changing up. They know what these two teams play. And I don't think the fact that Sewer changing up their whole roster is going to do anything. JADC, I don't think it changes much. Musi back in solo. Yeah, I don't think it affects much. They're still going to play the same way, I'm pretty sure, but you do have a few characters that will open up. Musi will play like Bologna or something or such, but these support picks are getting windowed down by the... Ooh, that's a nut ban. Didn't expect that one. But outside of that, I'm interested to see what the supports play. That's really like my mainstay point, because a lot of them are off the board. I know Debo's like pools that kind of low right now. I would think what's left for him is like
open the gates.
Baron maybe, but looks like they want to give Pluto that Hecate.
Hecate is going to be first pick tier. Now this could maybe go to Alien Sport, but I'm pretty sure this goes to Pluto in mid, right?
Yeah, it'll go. It's a Pluto character. They like it a lot. This Huyi top 2, I don't know if I agree with that too much. I prioritize like the jungle support, because I do think the picks are getting kind of low.
I've got my eye on.
Baron's a good pick here.
Let's liven
Dual lane.
things up, shall we?
Actually, this could be going to lid line and jungle for the Huyi side at least. I'm interested. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to ADC, but I know lid line likes to play it a lot as well.
So Baron, Samity, and Huyi going to the side of Going Ghost, and we're all a big fan of the Baron pick, right? Baron's a very mainstay character on the roster when it comes to the meta. But Huyi, I feel like he hops in and out. I mean, Lid Lion maybe taking this into the jungle, Phoenix maybe taking this into carry. I feel like Huyi is definitely one of those characters that just kind of moves around, right?
Yeah, he's got very, very high mobility. Guan Yu being picked up here for Elliston is a solid pickup, but and paired it with the Neath, I like that a lot too. I like pairing Geb up with just a high pressure character, easily able to clear wave. And Neath is that, especially with Aspect. Insane amount of attack speed. You get it to like freaking 2.5 attack speed with no items at level whenever you get your 2. And you start stacking up your passive. I like it a lot. I think it's like very, very undervalued. I know Kaveka and Athens likes to play it a lot. I have to hear about it all the time. I like it a lot. But as you can see with this dodgy pickup, this Huyi looks like it's certified going to the ADC role.
Yeah, with Dodgy being hovered here, that wouldn't shock me
You
at
have
all.
yet to
Hugi,
see
very
the meaning of
mainstay
cruel.
carry for sure. Dodgy getting locked in, same thing with Agni. I'm sure this goes to Vulcan has been around for a minute, right? Vulcan's one of those mainstay Delphi dogs that loves the traditional mid laners, right? And Agni's been in the game for longer than we've been alive, I'm pretty sure. Agni is definitely somebody who Vulcan's got in pocket from the years of Smite 1 competitive and now here in Smite 2 as well.
Yeah, he plays a lot of Agni. You know, his picks here would have probably been Agni, Vulcan. Probably one of those two. Especially, he could have played MLF here, but we've had some discussions about how MLF's not the best character. So I'm not surprised that he just went with the Agni. High pressure, once you hit level 5. And same poke. I like it into this Guan Yu because it's very hard for the Guan Yu to like get anything on the Agni because you want to be up close and personal to do anything on Guan Yu. So you're pretty much taking him out of the game completely in the mid game because it's going to be hard for him to do anything. It's going to be up to the jungler to try and dive on this Agni, and he's going to have a hard time with that if he's just doing it solo. So I like this Agni pick into the Guan Yu and the Zakate. Just keep back, range poke, range CC. It's a good pick.
Now, maybe you can help me make sense of the combo side of the Sumo, right? Because I see Hecate who doesn't mind scaling to late game. Same thing with Mordred. Then you've got a god like Thanatos who wants to take advantage of the early game before he becomes an ult bot in the late game, right? He wants to either snowball and dominate the mid game, or he just becomes an ult bot whenever he's behind. So, kind of wondering what the Sewer are going for. Like, what is their strong spot? Are they just looking to get into team fights as fast as possible, or?
They play. Their team fight like group up should be very, very good. If it gets like their early game should not be very good, mainly because the Guan Yu just takes so long to scale, especially now with the healing nerfs a little bit. He struggles a little bit, so it's gonna be hard for them, especially in lane. Luckily, Hu Yi also not the best in lane. So it's gonna be, but you also are counteracting with the Baron, who I'm assuming is gonna go Bluestone aspect. It's gonna be hard for the Guan Yu to fight that. So it's honestly how they play it. If they just play back, give pressure, they could probably do it. If they get caught out early, you know, catching early first blood to GG here, I think they're gonna probably like fall behind pretty quickly, and if they do it, if they feed and just get behind too much, the game could be over.
Well, that's the name of the game. The Sewer cannot give up the lead like they did last game. Going Ghost want to make sure that they get the lead. So early game pressure is the name of the game. And you mentioned that the Sewer doesn't have too much cooking early on, but they've got to get going whatever they can to make sure that the lead goes well in their favor. 5-on-5 here, JT, and where are you putting your betting odds?
I'm just gonna go for Going Ghost just because we kind of have a panic role swap here in the middle of the game for the Sewer. You know, we tossed Deathly to the side, put Elliston back on his main role, put Musi back on his main role. We brought in back in Dragonflight, so the Sewer kind of panicking here. So I'm just gonna go with GG just because I think the Sewer are on their back foot here.
And here we are, we're in game, the Sewer and Going Ghost. Game 2 of a best of 3. Going Ghost can win this one to make themselves the winners of the set. The Sewer could potentially take this to game 3 if the set or the game goes their way. They do have a couple roster changes. We've got some new gods on the horizon. Let's see if things can work their way or if Going Ghost will remain dominant. For those of you just now joining us, my name is Morty. I've got JT with me here in the booth and Riggs behind the scenes, making sure you see all the pretty colors that you see on the screen ahead of you. And JT, I mean, what are we looking for as far as early game changes? Where can we put our attention to as far as First Blood goes?
I would say the solo lane's probably where the First Blood's gonna happen at least. Two characters that like to fight early. But actually, I see that Debo has picked up the Sunder. That clear's going to be very fast, and he has saved his Sunder. So, watch for an early pick on this Guan Yu for a Sunder bait, I think. I think it could happen.
That it could, as Dragonflight is stepping back and Not too much happening on the left side, but first blood potential on the right. So my eyes are locked there for a good amount of time. And like you said, Sunder, Bluestone pickup over there, but the Bumbas picked up by Bappo over there on Cabrakan. I wonder what that's all about.
It's you're starting to see more solo laners pick up this Bumba's hammer, especially on characters with just like one super low cooldowns, Herc, Cabrakan, characters like that just rely on spamming abilities. It gets you those cooldown resets. It's pretty good. You lose a little bit of early pressure on it though. Musi got able to clear that way pretty for free because he has his Bluestone and Sunder, which he also didn't use. But especially with his Bumbas, I think the Mordred should have a pretty big advantage. But once this Cabrakan hits 3, 4, I think you're going to start to see how strong it can be.
Big stun, followed by the Sunder. Phantom Shell force, followed by the Health Chalice from Blue Valentine. So they don't give up first blood there. Musi extremely low on the right side of the map. And here by the Oracles, Blocker picks up first blood on Lid Lion. The Thanatos pick is working his way. 2 goes over, waiting on a Death Scythe. He chunks it, and it hits. That's a double kill for Huz. The Sewer getting the lead to start things off.
Hey, all the people that sold their Louis coin mid-game may want to go pre-buy it because you start this game a lot better off than you did last game. Able to get a double kill on the Lid Lion and RK Vulcan, which that's a big thing. Getting Pluto, any lead on Vulcan's going to be a net positive for that team, as Vulcan did so much in the early last game. So, very honestly, an infinitely better start here for the Sewer.
Infinitely better, and Lid Lion looking to get a bit of a lead for Going Ghost on the right side of the map, but the Sewer are well aware. Backflips up for Dragonflight, so it's going to be hard to start something here. Root is off the mark, no wrap it up found, and heading back to bases, Lid Lion decides it's not worth the time invested. Instead, I'll go over to the right side of the map and maybe make my way towards those Firebrands. That looks like a pretty healthy investment.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they want to get aggressive here on Phoenix. Misses the bounce.
Unravel off the mark, and a leap over will get them to safety. Huz Blocker is on the Firebrands, but the Lion looking to contest them. Let's see how this fight for the Firebrands goes. The first one of the game, the Lion lurking, awaiting a chance to get in, but decides, well, I'll go for a kill on Musi, why not? A little bit of blood might be better than the Firebrands. But that's all right. Musi's going to head back to the tower. He was very close already, so not a lot of damage capability there. The line couldn't get too much done. All right, and Musi's going to hang back into the tower, say, oh, Lid Lion, or sorry, oh, Huz Blocker, can you come get my blue buff? And that's exactly what he does.
I think so. We went from like down 1,000 early last game to up 1,000 here for the Sewer, up a little bit more. Like the fact that this dual lane hasn't died once is very, very promising. The Guan Yu's not falling behind the Baron, who starts off very strong and falls off later as late because your pressure and your damage isn't as high as it is in lane. So the Sewer, I think with the higher scaling comp, and at least in this fact, you gotta be happy with where you're at, and you're getting a mid-level lead for Pluto, which is very, very good. But Musi ult for ult here, beads down for Bappo as well.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You had to play it smart, right? Ult for ult, and that's the thing. You don't want to lose an ult, but you also don't want to lose your life. You gotta make a choice, and obviously we're going with the ult. That's an ult from Dragonflight as the Horror stampedes forward straight towards Phoenix, who's taken down to less than half health. Dragonflight put Prio on Devo instead. Both dual laners of Going Ghost are extremely low, but look who just showed up. The Lion gets a little bit of damage onto Blue Valentine, but doesn't do too much because of rotating around the corner. A dive into the tower, a 2-man stun, followed by Unravel. Dragonflight picked up a double, but trying to get out of there on the Palau. The Lion looking for revenge, but Fiery Claws will bring her to safety rather than give her blood that she seeks. She's going to have to play it safe and watch from afar as the Sewer make their way towards Gold Fury, but can they rip it here? Vulcan does have ult on the line. No charge ready just yet, but it will be up in just a jiffy. He could seal this at any moment, but look who's around the corner to maybe try and zone away. Vulcan, oh no, Huz Blocker got taken down in the process. Sewer just lost one man. They didn't commit to the gold. Instead, the Sewer got a little bloodthirsty there on the right side, and they lost too much manpower. Now Gold Fury is no longer possible.
You gotta stick that after the sewer. Like, if Louis dies, it's whatever, but you just have to stick that. If Louis dies at the end of the world. Like, he's already gotten some early pressure in the early game. He's got some kills. If he dies and you get the gold, you're gonna take that every day of the week. Now you just don't have gold. Louis loses his life for it, and now Elson's dead. So, we went from very, very good to now we've lost all our momentum. The gold's back even. Very, but usually going for aggressive here. Yeah, it should be good.
Look who's in the air. Death Scythe right onto the Boppo's head top. Bop! And down he goes. One kill goes towards the sewer. Trying to regain that momentum little by little. Firebrands aren't up for the taking, but the mid lane beacon will be up in a minute. And Gold Fury is still online should they find an opportunity, but we'll settle on some camps for now. Maybe Huzzblocker can steal Boppo's blue buff away from him. But look who's around the corner is Lid Lion looking to defend it. Huzzblocker says, okay, I respect, and walks away.
Some pressure on Ellison. Doesn't look like he's getting too poked out, but looking out, probably getting some wards out. But very often you see the supports bump heads there on that Gold Fury pit and do no damage to each other. So we do have beacon spawning here in 20 seconds or so. I'm assuming this is going to be where the next fight happens. Can't really pull a gold right now if you're either team. So this is where like you see the Guan you like start to take shape. Doesn't matter like how much poke you get off, like, especially with like low cooldown characters like Kate. You're able to like throw out an ability, Guan you heal, take that ability down, cooldown all the way down, pop it again. It's just very, very annoying. But you only have 2 people here. Louis now coming in on the side. He started with an ult. I wouldn't be shocked. But if you see Louis go into the air here, you know the fight's about to start.
Beacon in control by the sewer right now. Going Ghost, watching. This is kind of a 180 from what we've seen, right? Going Ghost were in this position last game. A little bit more so, granted. But here's the fight. Finally,
Louis in the air.
Palau brings in Louis in the air, looking for the back line, but Lion's able to take down Musey in the process. Hovering down, brings him forward. And no way, a massive open the gates is gonna pull Boppo way out of position. A big old Mike provides some space, but not enough to let him live. Vulcan takes down Huzz. Lid Lion's dead as well. Same thing with Blue and Musey. A lot of dead bodies scattered across the mid lane, but in the end, Going Ghost got control of the beacon and took the ritual as well. That's exactly what they wanted. A little bit of extra XP, a bit of gold as well. The ritual in their favor, along with more kills, will not put them in the lead as far as gold goes, but they're pretty darn close here at the 9-minute mark. It is a less than 1k gold. That's a 300 gold lead, more or less, for the sewer. They're only up 2 kills. Gold Fury's up as well. Same thing with Firebrands. A lot of objective for Going Ghost to look at, but the sewer are already respawned and back in business.
Sunder burned down there for Musey. Get caught out, he's low.
No, he's getting stunned. Down to 50. Oh my goodness, Musey, that's a dangerous game you're playing, my friend, but he's healing up from there. He does have the Yogis. Musey loves that Yogis necklace, man.
Yeah, as John Roy would call the Yogi. That's the I don't want to get soloed item. So you opt to see that picked up in solo if you just don't want to die. Yeah, it's very hard to kill you with that. Just a lot of sustain. But now, you know, game's pretty even. Game state's even. You have a lot of even levels across the board. But you can see, I mean, see someone like Debo. Debo's going like a super. Oh no, Music's done. No.
That's a shame. Continue.
Yeah, so Debo opting for double HP here. I bet Debo has about probably around 2,300 HP, 2,400 HP right now, something like that, with the Yogis and fully stacked Deebs. Especially since you have like no Pen early, no Reaver early. I think Debo's very, very strong here. It's gonna be hard to kill.
Stampede away, but Palau yanks him back. Beast used. Good lord, that was close
Sunder.
for Pluto. No, he's dead. The Sunder took him down just barely. A great Sunder used by Debo. There will secure the kill. Firebrands go to Boppo. The rest of Going Ghost go straight to Gold Fury to take that down. The first of the game is approaching are a couple members of the sewer. Dragonflight, and Blue Valentine. Going to be watching from afar. But that thing is melting down quick. But Dragonfly's got high hopes. Backflips away. Doesn't want to give us a life for the steal. Phoenix is able to take down the Gold Fury. Going Ghost now in the lead by a couple thousand. Things are starting to turn over a little bit. The Sewer aren't looking as good.
We've had a very pretty poor 6 minutes or so here. If we're on the Sewer side, we've given up our Gold Fury opportunity. Beads down. Ooh, the Dragon's chopped there.
No, 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 no. Dragonfly, you've got to get out of there. The stun doesn't land. Backflip's not up. And down goes Jay. Another dead for the Sewer. Going Ghost now in the lead on kills.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the poor gameplay has just continued. We've kind of like I think it all started when like we dropped that Gold Fury. Whenever Louis died, tried to zone out a little bit. Ever since then, we haven't been able to find our footing again. I do like the fact that Debo sitting in this duo lane so much. The duo lane changed a little bit from game 1 to game 2, obviously. So maybe there's just taking advantage of the fact that Jay's probably not as fresh. So I like being able to camp here, and Bappo doing fine here against Musi as well. So despite I know I've been ramping on the fact that the Sewer kind of played this poorly, but the Going Ghost have also recovered very nicely. Done some things very well. Played fights very well as well. So they're definitely recovering a little bit from the early game deficit.
As a couple objectives are about to respawn. The Pyro's up right now. Firebrand's about to spawn. Going Ghost, like you said, I mean, they've got a bit of control here, and now they can finally utilize that control that they've taken away from the Sewer. Go grab some objectives. Oh, that's a kill for Dragonflight. Hovering Death does Hose blocker. Nobody goes back in, but he misses the stun. Good silence, followed by a Death Scythe, but doesn't give him enough health back. Down goes Huz. The Lion picks up another kill, and scattered across the map are 4 dead bodies of the Sewer. Going Ghosts have found a great, monumentous amount of momentum here. I mean, they've got to go to gold. They got to go to Pyro. You've got to get something here.
Yeah, I mean, we had I think Ellison's gonna get here just fine with his ult, but yeah, you had a double kill in duo. Bappo solos Yuzi down, now 3 levels up. Not looking good there from Yuzi, especially you have that Yogi's from behind, not as potent. Now you have your mid tower down. It's gonna be hard for Pluto to farm his lane now. Stuff's getting bleak here. Pyro should be picked up if you're GG. I mean, there you go. We're gonna please pull it, guys. Please. Or okay, they're gonna back. But yeah, it's not looking very good here. I mean, in this next Pyro fight, it's gonna be Musi's gonna be forced to farm here. I'm pretty sure if he rotates one more time and he dies, you're gonna find yourself, 4 or 5 levels down. It's gonna be hard for you to get back into the game. I like this though. I like to try to get as much farm as you can. Like try to go for some invades. They should get it. They do get it. But like I said, you get the red buff. Bappo keeps getting waves. You're losing your waves. If you're not getting your waves, you're gonna keep falling more behind if you don't do anything. So Pyro's probably still stronger for GG here. Pluto getting dove on.
Pluto is in a bit of trouble here. So is Phoenix on the left side of the map. His blocker kills him there through Hovering Death. Life of the party utilized to pull Pluto out, and maybe providing some space. The Sewer are having trouble in this fight. Open the gates provides an escape, so the Sewer can go back to the tier 2. And Going Ghosts are going to walk straight towards the Moonlight Queen that will spawn for the first time here in about 10 seconds. And nobody from the Sewer can maybe contest this. I mean, Huzzblocker showing up. Hovering Death will be online in just a moment, but is there still potential? I'm not so sure.
There's definitely still potential. This is a risky pull here on the side of GG. Full health bars for every single one of the Sewer members, while you have some low, Lid Lion low. That's going to be your thing. Yeah, it's going to be your target, especially since, the Naga doesn't reset HP. It's just going to stay there at 6k HP. So, Lid Lion opting to go back and reset now. We're going to have a 5v5 here. Jay's a little bit stronger. Pluto could take a little bit of poke here, but he should come out fine, especially with the Guan Yu heals. But the Guan getting poked out here a little bit himself. It's definitely a weird start to the fight from the the Queen Naga perspective. But yeah, Pluto gonna take a while for him to get healed up here. Ooh, looks like we're gonna go for a little bush camp here action. Do they have a ward in there? I don't know. I think they know.
Oh, whoa. Leaping over through Wind Sprite. In big trouble. Valentine has to dash away. A bounce just a tad bit off the mark from Phoenix to get poke damage off. Moonlight Queen still getting looked at by Going Ghost, but they're in no rush to burn it down. They have a little bit of time to play with still here in the nighttime phase. I don't know if you're getting sleepy, JT. I know I am.
I mean, I hope they know once this ritual ends that the Naga goes away, because I would prefer. I just don't know why they're not pulling the Naga. I mean, I feel like they're much stronger right now. I know they want to get the mid ritual, but the Naga's sitting there, you know, half HP right now. We're just doing nothing to it. Yeah, we're getting some relics out, but also instant cancels.
No, that was a huge stampede forward, followed by a stun, but not a lot of follow-up from there. Open the gates value is massive, but doesn't get Valentine to safety. Does pull one, but not a lot of damage to follow through. Into the air, Huzblocker goes. With 10 health to his name, he barely escapes. Dragonflight walks forward, takes down one. Yuzi's in the back line, pulling a China captain, takes down another. Hard slash locks him in place. Dragonflight cleans up from there. 3 dead for Going Ghost. The sewer finally got a bit of momentum. They're able to get control of the beacon here in the middle. They say, screw the beacon. They're thinking what you're thinking, JT. We want that Naga.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like GG was just so much more strong, especially in the jungle fights with this Kabrak, and I just think that they were trolling their mid game here by not picking this up. Yeah, the beacon's okay, but like the Naga's the real prize of this second Moonlight phase, and Going Ghosts are still can try to salvage this by getting the Naga, but you're 4 strong to 2 people and may cost Debo's life.
Another hard slash is ready already. Musi, you're cooking right now. Is he gonna dive? No, he's not gonna dive the tower. He's not that crazy. That was pretty awesome though. You know what? He had hard slash to finalize 1 more kill for Dragonflight. They wouldn't got Queen Naga. They just got the midline, the Moonlight favor as well. And they're gonna go straight towards Gold Fury. I mean, that's a huge amount of gold going towards the sewer, and that's what they need right now. But looks like the team wasn't on board with the Gold Fury call. They head back to base instead. They might be down on gold still, just an ever so slight amount. They're only down 1 kill, but they're high on hopes for a massive comeback. Gold Fury seems to be the move for the sewer, but they're going to look at it with anticipation for now.
Yeah, I mean, you see, people are on the opposite side of the map right now. Lidline kind of get caught out here just a little bit if he's not careful. He's surrounding 3 people. I think he actually dies here. Oh, he should die here. Never mind. Boys. Went in the middle of 3 people and somehow survive. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, Gold Fury gonna get pulled here. They do have the push to get rid of, but their burn's not gonna be very fast here, especially not fast enough to just pull it in front of GG's faces. But they're gonna opt for the burn. Nobody's zoning. See if they do steal. Pluto's secure.
Pluto? Oh, Pluto secures. Open the gates to follow. Palau into the air. Open the gates, gets him a little bit farther away. As the meteor shower rains down, it does a little bit of damage onto the sewer, but not too much. That was a great escape from the sewer, and they were able to secure the Gold Fury as well. That's big for them. I mean, things are on the up and up for the sewer. Little objectives like that. Now they're in a gold lead. It's not by much, but it's the first time they've had a gold lead in quite some time.
It's a very risky pull from them, especially considering nobody was there to zone. It was pretty much just a 50-50. Pluto able to secure it though. I think he got it with his 2. So props, some good job from Pluto there because if that went the way of GG, you know, 2 Gold Furies for GG. The gold swings just a little bit in the favor, but Phoenix getting caught out here a little bit.
No way, Phoenix, you gotta get out of there. Whenever he lands, he's dead. Oh, hovering death having to be used. He's still dead. Phoenix deceased on the left side of the map, and Pyromancer getting looked at. Dash used from blue, so he doesn't give a heal to Debo as they hover around the Pyromancer. Going Ghost maybe look to take this away, but a couple members of the sewer won't let him get it for free. But Going Ghost don't feel nearly as confident as they have been, especially in the last set, right? Going Ghost took whatever they wanted for free. Now they need to check in with the sewer if they want anything.
Yeah, I mean, this Guan Yu is, like I said, he's still scaling. He's getting to the point, he doesn't have the Heart Ward Charm yet. Opting for some early protections, but once he gets that Heart Ward Charm online, which I'm assuming should be soon, you know, that heal is going to be potent. It's going to be up a lot. Don't really much contest. I don't even know. They barely showed face on that Pyro and they just dropped it. So we're looking to push him out here just a little bit more.
The game plan for the sewer: walk forward, kill people. Palau takes him into the air to maybe grab a member of the sewer, landing back down with a massive hovering death. Death sight to follow. Boppo's in trouble. Boppo's dead. Leon is dead as well. Going Ghosts have just lost 2. The sewer have all 5 by the Fire Giant, but Huzzblocker gets tipped down by Phoenix. A massive shutdown from Dragonflight to follow through. Open the gates, does pull 1, and walking forward from there, the sewer have not let off the gas pedal. Debo's dead from there. Dragonflight chopping everybody to pieces, and they go for Pyromancer as a consolation prize to the Great Fire Giant, but we'll take a Runic Bomb any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, we're just too split here on the side of GG. We're taking like 2v4s right now. We should be trying to take 5v5s. We're like Musi now falling kind of the way up. Rogue Neath Volt coming down, hit Vulcan. Not too nothing too hurt from that. He didn't even have to burn his beads, able to dash out of there. But yeah, we're just taking like back out's getting caught out too much. And then you just saw Lidline there trying to save him. Not playing how we should. We should be playing grouped up here. We have an insane team comp for team fighting. At least we have Agni bombs to be able to get that long range stun. We have a wall. We have 2 walls actually with Hui ult and Kabrakan walls. So I would like to, like, when we take those fights in the jungle, like, I would prefer to be grouped up as 5. But Louis is causing a lot of problems here. He's like, you just gotta get a little bit of poke off from, you know, Pluto, and Louis is just gonna be able to dive in there and kill everybody.
As we're awaiting an opportunity for our next big thing. Gold Fury surely to be looked at by the sewer. Going Ghost around in the mid lane though. 3 members as Phoenix is close by, but it looks like we're just kind of farming in the meantime before Gold Fury spawns. 22, make it 23 minutes in. 2-kill lead and a 2k gold lead for the sewer. Still in control, ever so slightly, but still in control. Going Ghost, like I said earlier, they have to check in with the sewer if they want objectives. Now, what do you think Going Ghost's approach to a fight is? Because I feel like the sewer have been taking fight after fight. How do you think Going Ghost start one in their way?
Well, they just need to start it off with preferably like an Agni bomb stun, and that should get the CC, get some relics out, you know, beads from somebody. And then you try to follow up with that damage. Once you get the beads off, you know, the Daji can go in. Once you get Daji with the character with no beads, you still do a lot of damage. But Pluto's playing this fight really well. Even if he does burn the beads, he's just opting to ult out because you're still able to take that teleporter even if you're, you know, chopped down from the Daji chains, as we saw in that Gold Fury fight over there. So even if he does burn these beads, he's able to get out of these fights effectively. But these fights should be pretty even. Like, your 2k gold separate these two. But the fire, I wouldn't be surprised if this fire dance was quite a long little dance. But Deepa's got to be careful not to get too poked out. He's very important. If he does, his ult is going to be the only thing to save him. He does only have that Sunder. He does do a lot of damage. He does have that Sphere Negation online. Intelligence is pretty high. His survivability is low though, but he ults here.
Life of the party, looking for a pull, doesn't hit one, and Music goes straight into the back line, but his ult speeds the way, and he's crushed from there. Down goes Music Clan. Vulcan takes him down into the air with Palau. Lids looking to take down a couple members of the back line, but HUD goes in with Hovering Death to take down a couple. Down goes Devo, down goes Boppo, and low health bar scattered across Going Ghost. And a look at Dragonflight, air out the Fire Giant pit. He is getting kill after kill. Vulcan's dead as well, and a low health Phoenix runs for his life towards the solo lane. He'll eventually be caught and put down like a dog. That is a deicide for the sewer, and the Fire Giant will be their prize.
Yep, should be a pretty free fire. Jay's gonna make sure he doesn't die to this. She should be fine, but definitely got a little bit too close to comfort right there. Yeah, I mean, the fight starts good there for GG. You start to have a good life for the party to start it off with on Debo, but you're only getting kills on single targets there. Low health bars, but you're able to poke down Bappo there. Good poke there from Pluto. from Muzi, who did a little bit of damage that he did before he died. Able to get Backo in execute range, and he takes him down, and once Louis gets that first kill on the frontliner, it's just free casting for Dragon. You saw Dragon just having those full Sunbeam autos with the Neath passive, insane amounts of attack speed. He's just a machine gun right now, and he can one-tap pretty much. Well, obviously not one-tap, but 3-4 autos, you're burning down anybody.
Well, JT, I hope you've got a free night ahead of you, because it looks like the Sewer are going to be taking us to Game 3. Now, it might be a little bit early to call that, right? But based on how this game is going, momentum playing their way, a Fire Giant just got burned, dagger in hand for Blue Valentine. I don't know, things are on the up and up. Down goes the mid lane tier 1. They make their way towards Ancient Fury. Hovering Death on the left side of the map goes to Phoenix, but he jumps out, creates a little bit of space, but a blink forward, followed by the Reap of Souls, and then a Death Sight straight to the face. Down goes Phoenix, chopping away what's left. Life of the party forced away. Blue Valentine trying to soak up the sun, but Muzi will take it anyway. It doesn't matter who takes it, because they both live regardless. Debo, Phoenix, both duo members of Going Ghost are deceased, but look at the right side of the map. Going Ghost walking towards this right side bird. Music Clan goes back to defend it. The rest of the Sewer are going to go after the Ancient Fury, 3 members, as Blocker is going to make a little bit of space happen. Look at Boppo going straight to Muzi, diving into the tower, and does not care. He soaks up a little bit of damage. Muzi walks forward, forces the beads away, and there goes an ult from Kabrakan, smashes the wall and walks away. Muzi successfully defended the right side bird while the Ancient Fury falls, and that's a left side weakened bird that the Sewer are going for.
Yeah, I mean, all Muzi has to do is keep Bappa from backing here, and I think this could be potentially an end call from the Sewer. It doesn't look like they're going to opt for it, but yeah, Muzi's just stopping these backing. If they can get the kill on this, it's okay, but it's going to take a lot to kill Muzi here, but he's going to end up falling to... Wait, good time like Aegis though.
Okay, look at Muzi go. He's got ult again.
Ooh.
But he misses, and he just going to go straight for the fountain, maybe? I don't know what the game plan is over there. I think Muzi's just keeping him busy. I think he's just acting like a distraction, kind of like you're dangling car keys in front of a baby, and the baby is Boppo. Muzi's the car keys. He just wants to make sure that he's got his eyes on him, right? But finally going back, Boppo is going to the right side of the map to, I don't think you defend that tier 2, but at least maybe the bird.
I don't... All tower is going to come down here, and now we still have 60 seconds on fire. I think if a fight breaks out here, it looks like Pluto wants to go back and spend some of his money. He probably has starter here, and maybe a tier 2 item potentially from the next one, but this should be a very free pyro here. It should be... it's going to be hard to step up here if you're GG now. You're level 18 in the jungle, the same level as our support. And this comp just, I don't know, the Baron just keeps falling behind because, or not falling behind, he keeps scaling down a little bit because you do have that high single target damage. And if we can get Vulcan the full build, which means, I don't know what he's building now, what gives mana and cooldown, who knows. If we can get him to full build, yeah, if he's able to get this online, get full build potentially, to the point where your Agni can one-shot. So, I'm interested to see, but you are still, you're 12k down. Fire is the next objective on the map. You have one bird down, it's the left bird, hardest to defend. It's going to be a hard defense, for sure. I think you just have to go for a pick here, try to find somebody, catch anybody out, preferably Louis, because it is if you're able to get the ult out of the Thanatos, at least early, that makes your team fight just so much more playable, because your backliners don't have to worry about, you know, a Thanatos going into the backline. So, if we, that should be our goal, to find Louis just out somewhere. And Louis, he's played these fights well. You see him just like, he's just stays on the side for most of the fights, and then just waits somebody, Muzi goes in, Pluto pokes him out to 3, and then he goes in and finishes off the person that's in execute range, because look at the GG's relics. No Aegises. Which means free pickings. So, honestly, this game's just easy for Louis. Like, just let Pluto poke somebody out, just sit in the bush, corner camp, but you see him, he rightfully backs out.
Rightfully backs out as the Fire Giant burn begins here. The sewer. Well, they drop it. Okay. They don't feel confident just ripping this right in the faces of Going Ghost, and I cannot blame them. We're going to do a lovely song and dance around fire before this whole thing really goes down. Muzi goes into the back line, forced to use his ult to escape certain death. Muzi's down to 100 health, and Going Ghost just shoved away the solo laner for the sewer.
Yeah, but that's a good a good start to the fight there. Muzi not backing either. He's staying in this fight. Oh, but huge poke on the Bappo from simply the Neath unwrap, the Neath weave pops.
Okay, so we got some poke on to Going Ghost, and that's going to send Bappo and Debo back to base. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of healing with Debo, but you're not going to be able to nail a Consigned Spirits over the wall like that. You're going to get caught pretty easily. So, they walk away, Going Ghost, hiding in the bush, watching the sewer rip the fire. Can they seal? It's down to 4, down to 3. It's burning quick. Going Ghost need to act soon. Who's gonna take it? And it's the sewer that ends up claiming the fire giant, dagger in hand for Music Clan. And Dragonflight is ready to go. The camera zooms in. We're ready to see him pop off. And as they make their way towards the Ancient Fury, they want every tool that they can get their hands on to end this game. And that's exactly what they're gonna do.
You are gonna get this Ancient Fury, Fire Giant on 5, but it was an EFG. You had about a minute left before that became EFG. So this is not completely unplayable for GG. You can just like play back all the way and defend your Titan. But I would suspect all 3 birds go down here for GG. Let's see. They're about to pull Pyro. They'll get Pyro. They have a bomb in hand. They'll be the only bomb. So I'm assuming we split here. We get this Pyro, we get the Pyro, we get bomb to Louis. Never mind, it's not gonna go to Louis, it's probably gonna go to Muzi. No, Elliston takes it. So, but you probably just, while Louis splits over, maybe on this left side, because it's gonna take him probably 1 auto to kill that left bird, and then the rest of the team goes on the right side, maybe the middle bird. Let's just get a little bit of a split here. Just pick up all the birds. And if you're able to catch, if you see it's a good fight, get some poke out on, Debo, who's pretty easy to kill at this point, despite him being, having a lot of prods. He's Fire Giant buff, and like your backliners have scaled quite a bit. He's gonna die pretty easy. So that's pretty. If you're gonna fight, but on the side of Going Ghost, like I said, it's the same thing. You gotta pick out somebody, but if Louis is gonna stand on the side here, so. Your target probably needs to shift. Like, you have to find some way to get it into the back line, kill Pluto, because Pluto's doing so much damage right now. With the full Reaver online and the amount of HP that Debo has, Debo's probably dead to 2 Akate abilities. So,
one final siege, potentially, from the sewer brings us to game 3. Going Ghost looking to defend what could be their last fight of the game. Fire Giant belts around all 5 members of the sewer. Dagger still in hand for Music Clan. 4 members of the sewer in the middle. And split pushing up left side is Huz. But look at them hit the gas. Going Ghost want to start this fight their way. Egg is forced out. Bracken walls in 1. But Muzi hits the ult, bringing 2 into the air. Open the gates to follow. Powlow ults across the board, but Pluto on the backside takes down Vulcan. Pluto takes down another. Phoenix rips apart Blue, and dead bodies across the middle lane. Double kill for Huz, and Debo's dead. That's a DSI for the sewer in the blink of an eye, and that's endgame. Look at Muzi just walking straight for the Titan. No time wasted. We're going to game 3.
Yeah, like I said, Louis split off there on the left side. It would get that left bird, and then they take that opportunity to try and start something in the the middle lane. But Muzi able to hit 2 with the ult, able to get people low enough. The damage from the Hakate ult opened the gates, able to get 2 people in execute range. Louis finishes off. Bappo for about the 5th time he got executed by Louis. So going into this game 3, our god pools, I'm interested. Like I said, I'm still interested to see what these solos, or not the solos, the supports, because the bans are probably gonna stay the same, which means a lot of supports are left open. I don't know. It could be a support duel next game. Whoever has the better pick, the more comfortable pick. I wouldn't see a Sylvanas is probably gonna come out. I love seeing some Sylvanas. What else could be out there? I don't know. We're not gonna see a lot of options, but I'm interested to see what we do see.
Well, we'll see what we see here in a little bit. But for now, these are the stats. And it was a pretty promising game there from the Sewer. I think Going Ghost had some moments. They had control for a bit, but the Sewer finally just got their hands on what they wanted, grabbed objectives, and ran it down from there. Congratulations to the Sewer, but you're not done yet. Your fight is far from over. We're going to Game 3. But before we get there, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a few moments. We'll see you then. everybody, and welcome back to OSL Olympus Smite League. And we're here to watch over Game 3 of the set between the Sewer and Going Ghosts of Delphi Division. My name's Morty, and I'm joined here with Riggs behind the scenes, and next to me here in the booth is none other than Jay Turner. How are we feeling, big dog?
You know, feeling pretty good. Got this little break, but this is where these games get interesting. We have 10 characters vaulted, 6 more getting banned. We'll see what those are. So I don't know what's gonna get played here, but it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, a lot of gods taken off. 20 with just vault bans, and then another 6 that can be banned away. I mean, this is anything right now, right? We're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to our picks, especially now that so we've got the same roster for the Sewer, right? No changes. We did see Dragonflight come in for Game 2, and obviously it worked their way. W Dragonflight, that's the goat right there. Press Neath, slammed left click, and just destroyed health bars. That's Dragonflight. Hose blocker on the Thanatos pick went very well. Got the snowball on Thanatos, and Musi on the Mordred and solo. He felt a lot more at home. Got them a Game 2 dub. Now we're here in Game 3, and with all these new picks they're going to have to look at, I mean, we could see Khepri solo. We could see Khepri jungle. Who knows?
Yeah, like I said, I am interested to see what supports do get taken here. I think when it comes down to it, there's not a lot of like high pressure supports left. I mean, you have Sobek out of the way. You have like Fenrir gone, Cerberus gone, Kraken gone. Like I think you're gonna see like I don't have the God screen pulled up, but I would think one of these players opts to go to Sylvanas. I think Sylvanas is sick. I think Sylvanas gives a lot of pressure, especially early. And once you hit level 2, like people don't realize just how tanky Sylvanas 2 makes you, especially if you level that thing. Once you hit level 6, you're given an extra deadgum, like 20 of each prot to yourself and allies. I think it's pretty sick, but I don't know. Like I don't know what Ellison has left in the bag. I don't know what Debo has left in the bag at this point, because I'm assuming like Yemo's gonna get banned, Eset's gonna get banned. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see an Ares get pulled out of here. But yeah, I'm very interested to see.
Yeah, I think Ares solo would be a nice pickup for Musi here. I mean, there's a lot of options to look at here, JT. I want to see what are your crazy hot takes that you think about viable gods? Like what? Maybe not meta, but who do you think is viable? Like I think Geb solo was a bit of a shocker. Do you have any hot takes like that?
I actually got the God roster pulled up now, and let me scroll through here.
Pushback.
Well, pushback's gone because Sobek's gone.
True.
So I don't know. I think like a character like Tsukiyomi here could be played very well. Like something like a raw mid would be something that I would like to see.
Oh.
I don't think either of these ADCs have an Uller in the bag, so that's off the table. But something like for Lid Lion, I don't know, maybe a Mercury, like something like that, because our jungle pool is also getting like kind of beat down here a little bit. Also, we haven't seen Chiron picked or banned yet, so I like to see a Chiron.
I can see. I mean, because Chiron is very, very versatile when it comes to you can use him in the mid lane, you can use him as a carry, and how you build him will depend on what his kit gets. You can get that flurry of arrows if you build attack speed. You can get an extra ability with Masterful Shot if you want to grab more strength. Or, I mean, you can pick up the aspect, and you can pick him in support, and then you get an extra stun. A little bit less damage, but definitely more stun, more utility, more healing through chaining exercise. I mean, there's a lot to love about Chiron no matter where you throw him. Whether it's the middle or the left side of the, duo side of the map. I don't know, I mean, there's a lot of options here.
Wait, 1 second, I gotta rip a pack real quick.
Oh,
Ripping a pack?
Ripping packs mid-cast? You're lying to me. You're lying.
I'm ripping them, dude. Let me see what I pull here.
It's all
got
good.
an epic
All good.
Puri Beads, got a Jingwei, a rare
Okay.
Bologna. Shady stood up, I got an Eltrud common card, and the Zerg common card. No, not bad.
It's alright, it's alright. Have you got any Morty cards yet?
No, Morty, you don't play any of the league, so.
Yeah, dude, I'm on the... Riggs has a legendary Mort man. That's crazy. No, I'm in the other one, the other draft league that exists.
We don't care about BSL cards, bro.
Oh, what?
I haven't opened up a single BSL pack.
I can't handle playing in a draft league, dude. I've got too much on my plate.
I only opened up the 2 BSL packs that Birdie gave me for free, so, and I haven't opened up a single one since.
Wow. Well, here we are. Nijai and Thor band away, both very strong picks. Nijai, who's been very, very prominent with the aspect of Righteous Flame, making her so powerful, and Thor especially also with the aspect of Thunderstruck. I know these aspect names all day. You can test me on them.
I bet you do know him, Mr. Primecaster. But yes, that's the aspect of the ferryman. Nah, surely not.
No, it
is a goalkeeper. I remember
then,
remember Bobby saying something about it now.
Yeah, aspect of the Cosmos for Newt, and then aspect of the Life Warden for Uset. Aspect of Disruption for Unbats. I could do this all day. I'm like Captain America when it comes to aspects. I could tell you each and every one off the bag.
I just call them aspect of whatever they do. Aspects, stun bats, aspects of Chunk and Rocks Geb, aspect of
Calamity.
TP, aspect of TPing to the enemy instead of an ally Athena.
Look, I'll give you a
like
hot take. We talked about hot takes earlier. Let me give you a hot take here. I wanted you to ask me, but you never did. I think that old Geb aspect was a little bit cooler. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
Rocks
I like.
dope. Dude, solo Geb felt pretty cool. Watching Cheria play it in the Founder Series, I was like, dude, this is dope. Like, he's like still a tank. I think it's more unique to have Geb throwing rocks, but I don't know. I'm just trying to buy time here as we get through picks and bans. And we finally got some picks to talk about as our bans are over with. Hercules is locked in first for the sewer, probably going towards Musi, but maybe Huz Blocker.
Yeah, I mean, some stuff got banned here that hasn't, like, but I guess like you see the throwaway bans here. Sewer opting to trade out the Hercules, but GG gets the Emoja, which is it's gonna cause insane pressure on the side of the Going Ghost. You pair it with the Rama. This is not the second time that Going Ghost has picked their top 2 picks, top 2. I don't know. I don't know about it. Like, obviously, like, you want to get your dueling out of the way. That's fine. But I feel like we could have got, you know, some like a prio, like somewhat prio jungle pick. Maybe get something to pressure out this Hercules, counteract how strong or how weak Hercules is early game. But once, like, already the sewer has an insane late game comp because you do have just this unkillable warlord Hercules post 20 minutes. So interesting. It's interesting to see how it's gonna play out. If Musi does get behind, it's gonna be hard for him to get back in. But once you get like 3-4 items on this Hercules, he's gonna be almost unkillable.
Okay, so Herc's got a lot of potential here, depending on how Musi's lane plays out. I like the dual lane here for Going Ghost. You've got Princess Bari and a Delphi set. I must be dreaming. I must have took something I don't remember taking before the cast, because there's just, dude, what in the world is this? Is that Paul over there? The Paul Smurf?
Nah, I mean, Vulcan can play with Bari. It's obviously, into this comp, it's going to be hard because you have a lot of knockups, displacement that just mess up this Bari, and a lot of long-range pokes from the Chiron. So, but late game, maybe sustainable with the emoji heals, strong frontline presence and chalk. I think this is fine. I trust Vulcan's Bard. I know it does a ton of damage. I've seen him play it before. I think it's fine. I like it. The amount of damage it does late game is worth the struggle to get to the late game sometimes.
Let
As
the
we
hunt
see
begin.
more picks get locked in here.
Winning
Artemis
or
is gonna be
losing
joining
doesn't
the sewer,
matter.
and
We all
Artio
shall
to finish
return to
off
nature
the
in the
draft.
end.
Now, this looks like Artio in the solo lane and Hercules jungle for Huz. What do you think? Is that pretty on brand?
Yeah, I've seen him. I'm pretty sure I've seen Louis play Herc. I don't know if it's one of his best characters, but I prefer Hercules in the solo lane just because you can't, if he does, like, Louis been building full damage tank characters anyway. Like, he built full damage Odin. I'm assuming he's gonna build full damage Hercules, which in my opinion is not good. You want to play off that tankiness, able to get 2 or 3 abilities off. But, you know, if you now you're like as a full damage Herc, you're just playing off pluck. If you can't hit the pluck, you get dove on, and you just die. So hopefully Louis plays a little bit of a tanky style. You know, goes that one strength item in Pendulum Blade. You know, goes for Genji's Dwarven Blade, Regrow Striders if you want to go that item. But if he's going full damage, I think this comp's going to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Okay, so I'm looking at the side of Going Ghost, and you see a late game hyper carry, Mercury, right? Princess Bari kind of in the same boat. Rama doesn't mind scaling. Chalk is an early game threat. Same thing with Yamoja. So maybe they want to juggle their pressure. Okay, some gods do well early, some gods do well late. But it looks like their team fight's solid overall. Chalk can either go for anti-heal with the aspect of Fulmination, or without it, he can just be a super unkillable tanky warlord. But maybe the sewer kind of run past him and head straight to the back line. What stops him other than Stormcall, you know? I don't know. Things look very weird. I'm interested to see how these fights play out, but it looks like the sewer have the overall better team comp when it comes to fighting.
Yeah, they definitely have like a better late game. I think like they scale just a little bit better. The only character that really scales for GG is Bari. And Yamoja, like in like at the very end when you're just spamming heals and such, you're gonna be very strong there. But you know, you have, like I said, you have this Chiron, who once he gets that 250 strength online, able to get that double to the 2. Like, people underestimate just how much damage that I don't know what is like 130% scaling 2 does after you hit 250 strength. It does insane damage. Now, if you're hitting literally anybody, you're taking away half an HP bar at least. So, if they're able to do that, Pluto just focuses on getting that 250 strength. Interested if Louis does go the tank build, then he's just gonna keep getting stronger, and you take away the direct counter of Hercules and the Artemis. So, I think Sewer have a little bit of advantage here. I think they need to focus on trying to some way to just find a way to get this Bari behind. Obviously, he should have the poke advantage on the Chiron. So if Vulcan isn't able to just like get a huge lead here, pop off in some fights, keep some people alive, I think Sewer should have a pretty good advantage early.
So one thing I want to hover is the aspect of Fulmination for Chalk here. What is this all about? You think it's a worthwhile pickup?
Depends. I think it's only good if like he's going full damage. Which if he's going full damage, then I think it's pretty good. Full strength Chalk, it does a lot of damage, but you're pretty much just playing strictly for ulting into the back line and then killing somebody. But Dragonfly dead.
Oh my god, Phoenix just slammed Dragonflight's health bar. That's first blood to Going Ghost. And yeah, that's something we could have talked about too, is how Rama has arguably one of the strongest early games out of all the carries, right? You activate those astral arrows and you start throwing away chunks of people's health bars. That guy just hits, especially in the first couple levels of the game.
Yeah, he does have, like I said, good clear. The combo Rama Yamoja clear, just the combos are very good. Louis getting caught out here. He does have beats. Oh my, he died.
No, Huz blocker finds a kill, but losing 2 on the side of the sewer. That's another one going to Going Ghost, and the sewer at least got one there. Huz able to pick up a kill, but 3 dead so far. Going Ghost getting this is, you know what, for a game 3, usually we see a slower start, right? This is when you see people realize, oh, we're in game 3. We don't have any room for error, right? So let's slow things down. But instead, we're seeing a lot of gas here between the players. So interested to see how this is going down. Look at the damage from Muzi. Almost took down Boppo, and then a knockup followed by a driving strike, which was a tad bit off the mark from Huz near the Pyromancer, which hasn't spawned yet, but towards that side of the map, 2 members of Going Ghost, the Mercury and Vulcan, respectively. Mercury and Vulcan. Oh yeah, Mari around, trying to get away from this pesky Huz, who's just been knocking up and throwing around Vulcan, who's in a whole heap of trouble, slowing from Masterful Shot, followed by a little more damage, and that's a kill from Huz, chasing Going Ghost all around their jungle.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to just... I don't think Louis should lead the mid lane this whole game. I don't know why. Taking a 1v1 against a Herc right now is not the smartest thing to do, but yeah, I don't think Louis should lead this mid lane. I think he getting Vulcan behind is like such a staple to what they want to do that I don't think he should leave. Like, just go to your play for rocks, go to the other side of the map, but just be in mid lane at all times. Like, make Vulcan's game unplayable, because it is so easy to just catch a Bari out and make his game unplayable.
3.5 minutes in, and 5 kills suffered already. A very aggressive start as Vulcan is taking jungle away from Huz, saying, hey, you played a little bit too aggressive, now I'll play a little aggressive, and take some farm away from you. Dragonflight needs to play back just a hair, and then we'll play it safe from there. We don't want to give up another kill to Phoenix. That'd be the last thing on our agenda.
Yeah, but despite us having, like, kind of, on the right side of the map, you see the sewer having an advantage. Like I said, the high pressure comp of the Yemo Brahma is got a pretty decent chunk of a lead, and left lane here for duo level leads. You do have ult up for Yemoja, and no shell on Bacchus, so I think this is where you want to take a fight here. If you're GG here, maybe pull a gold. Gold's up in 40. The shell not up for another 70. If you're able to catch Artemis out here, with no shell available for Blue Valentine, it's going to be very, very tough. But the Freezing Wave here, no XP again. I don't know how close Ellison's to 5 here, but, Dragonflight opted to do that back camp. If he's close, this should be fine, but I could sense it. He's gonna pull an ult out here.
Oh, no. Good strike off the mark, though. Trying to provide a stun. Blue looking to create some space, but Mercury dashes forward. Sonic Boom finds a stun. Down goes Dragonflight, but Muzi kills Boppo on the other side of the map, and Muzi is in his bag with this RDO pick. But back here on left side, Excavate, massive knockup, followed by another big knockup, and Huz has just got damage to boot, and he's tanky. That's the biggest thing. Huz is unkillable, and he's slamming damage like any other assassin.
Under attack.
Yeah, I mean, great start to the fight there. Stun into the River Rebuke there from Debo. But Louis comes in from behind. Lin Lion burns everything just to be able to try and kill both Blue Valentine and Dragonflight, only able to get one. Louis blinks in, forces the beads off of Lin Lion, and still able to get the kill on him. The strength of the Herc early is starting to show. As we can see, Louis is going to go full damage here. But also, Muzi was able to get a solo kill on Bappo at the very middle of that fight to try and even things out there. But you can see the game, like I said, even despite the early kills, you can see the you're kind of evening out, but actually Bappo's dead here. Oh, I know, it's good TP. The cripple fell off just the very last second. But you still have the same pressure here in duo, 2 levels down in Dragonflight, even in mid, and despite being a solo, you're not too far down. If you're Bappo, it is a very annoying comp to play into. But even with the aspect, he opts to go for some procs. He's going for that shield splitter first item. There's not going to be any shields on the side. Oh, Louis camping Vulcan again.
I don't blame him. Shut that Bari down and shut her down fast. For the Buke used on left side. Sonic Boom brings it forward to find a stun on Dragonflight, who's taken down to pieces in a very, very short amount of time. Aegis utilized as well, so a lot taken away from Dragonflight in a short amount of time. But on the other side of the map, Musi is showing dominance, grabbing firebrands and taking away camps from Boppo whenever there's time. This is a back and forth game for sure, depending on what side of the map you're looking at.
Yeah, I think this dual lane's getting played like extremely well. Gold Fury getting pulled. No ult for there's rebuke here for Debo, so Elliston is able to pressure it up just a little bit here. He's good ult, might get a kill here.
Toxic Hate? No way. Most of the gods might deal this away. What's the move? Debo secures Gold Fury for going Ghost. Blue Valentine couldn't find a kill, and now he's gonna die for playing a little bit too aggressive. But Centaurus arrows from downtown into the air. Phoenix goes, but before he goes up, he's gonna fall down. That's a shutdown for the Sewer, as Phoenix is dead. A kill for the Sewer. It's a little bit better than nothing, right? No Gold Fury, but we'll take what we can get.
Hey, you do lose the Gold Fury. You do get a kill on you just trade her 1-for-1 for gold, so a net positive there for GG, but you do lose a little bit of pressure here. Oh my goodness, two-man Boulder.
Oh my god, Pluto is just killing everyone. Giddy up forward, followed by an arrow. Pluto is in their bag right now. Look at Pluto go. Loaded up Vulcan in a cannon and sent him to Mars. What a crazy game we're seeing. And more damage to boot from Pluto. Triple kill for the Sewer as they march their way towards the right side of the map. Not much more than they can grab than a couple camps and just dominance overall. We're not really grabbing experience, but we're striking fear into the hearts of Going Ghost.
Yeah, Pluto is hard carrying this game right now for the Sewer. 4-0, triple kill to boot. Has that early Jotuns online. Should have his ult back. He does that. You just use it and he has it back up again because that Jotun's passive. I mean, you now have a 2-level lead. What you wanted to do has happened. Yes, I know Dragonflight's been camped early, but RK Vulcan 2 levels behind now, getting pressure under his tower. It's gonna be hard for him to play this game. Like, you have a 3-1 Hercules. Dragon dead again, but that's fine. Like I said, it's fine. I think as long as you keep, like, you can keep Phoenix Sphinx as high as you want to. I think this is gonna be, yeah, Pluto's gonna be fine here. I think Debo might be dead. Debo's dead.
Debo might be dead.
Ooh, good save.
Shot, but a great save for the Princess Bari ult. And a quick heal from the two will make sure that Moja and Bari are alive. Barely, but still alive. Blue Valentine can't quite say the same. Excavate finds a massive knockup. Huz is walking straight towards Phoenix, and then a driving strike forward will take down Phoenix. Huz is going to be unstoppable with this Hercules pick. You mentioned it earlier. It needs to snowball, or it'll be a little bit rough throughout the game. He's 4-1 right now. Safe to say that he's in his bag.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's playing, like, obviously, like, the full damage Herc early is a lot better than, like, the tank Herc, because it does take a while bit to, like, be able to, like, play off that passive dash down. For them, like, gets caught by that crippled Musi. Should be completely fine here.
Oh! Massive knockup from the two! Oh my god, that was the craziest belly flop I've seen all year. Oh my goodness, look at Blue Valentine, followed by a Belch of the God, secures the stun, and Pluto's got damage to follow. That is too easy. Blink of an eye for the Sewer. And where do they go from here? No Gold Fury to take, but maybe they can help out their good friend Dragonflight over here on the left side, as Phoenix has been giving Dragon a little bit of a run for their money. Most of the gods forward, maybe a belly flop to follow. Big damage, forces beads away. Astral arrow striking down Blue. Into the air he goes. Will he snipe down Blue? 1, 2, and the third secures that. But look at that, Astral arrows? Nah, that was ambitious, my friend. Lady Lion takes down Musi on the other side of the map as Dragonflight finally gets the shutdown on Phoenix and then walks away from there. But can you get out in time? Low on health and even lower on mana. One dash forward, followed by a basic, and Dragonflight is toast. And that is another kill for Going Ghost, as they have a Gold Fury to look at, but can they burn it?
I think they can. I think they have Yamoji heals. You do have the Rama spawning. You do have solid damage here with the Bari 2 as well. and Hercules coming, but it's not going to be easy. You do have a 6-0 Chiron with ult now available for him. I think this is going to be another big Pluto. I like that he's wrapping around here. He's got a huge angle. I think this is good for Zetsua right now.
Gold Fury down to 1,000, hovering around, waiting for a belly flop in. Boppo secures the Gold Fury. The second one of the game goes to Going Ghost, but Boppo finds a kill. Huz looking for a lead in the back line, over the wall, going for a big bubble. Decent damage being thrown out, but look at Boppo escapes through the teleport, and Huz blocker shuts down Phoenix, so they can't say the same. Masterful shot finds a slow on Debo, who's getting chased down. A great knockup from Huz will keep chasing Debo. There's nowhere for him to go, and Huz keeps lurking, keeps wanting more kills, but he's not going to be able to find any more. Excavate offline, and there's just nobody around. They have escaped for now, as Huz is just going to milk the jungle for what it's worth in the meantime, grabs the speed buff, and then walks away from there. But even though that's a Gold Fury for Going Ghosts, the Sewer are still in the lead by a decent amount of go. Oh no, they're barely out of the lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a pretty even game despite GG having, you know, the two Gold Furies, but they're playing the map just slightly better. Like Pluto is very, very fed, and now Dragonfly has a level lead. He was 2 levels down. Now he's up a level. That's a good fight for him on that Gold Fury, able to farm out that left side. So that's the danger you do by picking up this duo side tower so early in the game. You do just allow like the wave to just like slightly come to you, and if that happens, it's hard to step up because like if you're Ranma, you get caught out, yeah, you die, you lose your lead, and that's exactly what has happened. I still like where the Sewer's at personally. I think the fact that, like I said, I don't care what happens in duo. Dragon's been camped this whole game. That's fine. Pluto is still 2.5 levels up ish, and that's what you want. You just want to keep the Bari from scaling. If you get to the Bari late game, you see like to the point where you're not going to be able to fight it, because, like I said, as the Bari scales up, this full damage Hercules starts to scale down. Because you already see how much damage Vulcan's doing, like from like a substantial amount down. If he's able to like navigate that deficit, able to get like even somehow, he's starting to pump damage. So, like I said, I think they should just keep playing through Pluto. He's obviously your best player. He's playing outstanding today, so I just think they should just keep, like I said, play through Pluto. I don't even know. I gotta stop blazing Pluto at some point, but he's just playing so good this game through. Like how can I not, you know?
Yeah, no. You're absolutely right. You have all the reason in the world to glaze Pluto here, my friend. 6-0-5 is putting, I don't know about putting the entirety of the Sewer on your back, but if there's any outlier here, if there's somebody we're looking to take down on the side of Going Ghost, you know, if we're aiming for one person, it's got to be Pluto, right? The Moonlight Queen spawns here in a couple seconds, and that's who the Sewer are going to be looking at. Trying to get their hands on the Moonlight Queen. It won't be here for long, so get it while it's hot and get it while it's fresh. 5 members of the Sewer around the Moonlight Queen beginning to burn slowly but surely, but something tells me there is an ulterior motive, and that's Debate Going Ghost for stepping out of line. Excavate forward, followed by Rivers of Youth. Sonic Boom into the back line. Devo takes down Blue. Into the air, Ramba goes and gets decent damage off into the back line. Pluto kills Papo, and look at Musi go, gunning straight for the back line. Low health bar scattered across Going Ghost. They just need to finalize one. Masterful shot, 6-1 from downtown. That was a half-court shot, and it landed no net. All net. Music Land gets a shutdown 2. 3 dead for Going Ghost, but they did lose Huz. Blue just got back online. I think they should go straight for the the Naga's dead.
Yeah, I couldn't see exactly who picked that up. I'm pretty sure. I actually think Debo got that. If I'm not mistaken, with this River's Rebuke. I think. Yeah, they did. The Moonlight Favor did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Debo got that with his ultimate. But I like obviously I think it's probably a net positive for Going Ghost, but that fight started off so good for GG. But it's just Pluto able to just like sit in the back. Huge Centurion shots, able to burn down the back line just so very, very well. Like, they have to, like, get to the point where we gotta, like, dump everything into this Chiron. Like, we're not forcing any relics off him. I don't know if he's burned this Aegis all game. He hasn't really had to. He's just been a no danger. Like, But late game, this Herc, or not the Herc, the Merc should be able to like decently one shot him. Like if you can ult him down lane, able to get a one off with the 3, especially with the high CC comp that they have. He can be caught out, but he's just too far ahead right now.
Lurking around the mid lane beacon and into the air goes Storm Call up, excavate boulder, send it to the back, in goes Phoenix into the air, Sonic Boom, Rivers of Uke ults chats across the beacon and kills being going down. Look at this, 4 dead on the side of Going Ghost. In the blink of an eye, Huzzblocker went straight into the back line and W keyed whoever he wanted to. And Pluto's free casting, right? So the beacon goes their way, and now the Pyromancer. I mean, things just are on the up and up for the sewer. There are pretty high odds of a reverse sweep here.
Yeah, I mean, you got the mid beacon. You like the only blemish here is that you have lost a couple of golds, which hasn't hurt you much. Like I said, even though like you're now 4 levels up in mid, the Vol 3.5 ish. Vulcan just hasn't had the opportunity to like. He's having to use his ult to like save his teammate's life half the time, and that's fine. Like it's a thing that Barre does that is very effective, but your ult still hits for a lot too. You want to be able to get that damage off and save your teammates sometimes. So Louis wants some blood here. He may get caught out, but he's a little bit far behind.
Okay, Huzzblocker gets caught. A great toss by the Mercury. Excavate provides the immunity and a driving strike forward. He's got damage to boot and does not care about what you have to say. Driving strike straight into the arms of Musi, and Musi's gonna throw him down. 2 dead in solo lane, and it is I'm just in shock about how strong this Hercules is, dude. Huzzblocker has been putting on a clinic.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that, Morty, but he threw his boulder. It bounced off the wall. He then pushes them to the other side of the wall into a double bounce from the boulder, which ended up killing both of them. I'd be boomed. Like I might just ult that for the game if that happened to me. But like that was just a very impressive Herc play for Mr. Huzzblocker there. Like I said, I don't know, man. I don't know where you go from here. We're died 7 times on the Mercury. We do have 5 rage stacks and our pen, so that's a plus. But yeah,
dude.
Yes, like I do think that the Mercury does scale slightly more than the Hercules does, but with the full damage. But it's if getting to there. Like Pluto's now level 20. He's gonna have his double 2s here. Like we have like this Pluto has to die in the next fight. If Pluto doesn't die in the next fight, this game's just over, I'm pretty sure. Because if he's free casting, that's just an instant fight win for the sewer. Fire Giant is up, and it's the next thing on the map. Gold doesn't spawn till 30. If I was a sewer, I'd want to pull this. Like I would not be afraid to pull. Like I'm so far ahead in mid that I think we just do whatever we want.
Yeah, Pluto's just slamming damage right now. Just got a hard seeker online, so the little bit of tankiness on the side of Going Ghost is just going to get shredded away. And Huzzblocker's going to be able to create space for days. Musi's putting on a clinic right here as well. And Dragonfight's just now getting online too. I think that the sewer are extremely comfortable in whatever their next move is. And it looks like that move is the Fire Giant. Getting burned away by Pluto and Dragonflight. Slowly but surely. But they're baiting Going Ghost for a big fight. Let's see how this starts. Bells of the Gods, maybe to set up for a belly flop. Instead, walking away. Musi goes straight into the back line. But Stormcrawler's got Musi in his tracks. Rivers of Uke is out, but Phantom Shell will let Musi escape. Maybe not for long, though. Lid Lion takes down Musi for a massive shutdown. Huzz goes straight for Lid, though. A revenge kill that works the way of the sewer. In the air is Phoenix. Huzz takes down one more. Dragonflight kills Phoenix. And 3 dead on Going Ghost. A driving strike brings back Boppo and Devo, barely getting out with their life. Masterful shot slows him down. A Whirlpool provides some space and will barely let Debo live. 4 dead on Going Ghost, and the sewer are murdering Going Ghost anytime they look at him funny. Fire Giant might not be the move. Instead, we'll go to the mid lane. I wonder what their plan is.
Bring the pain.
They'll probably opt to just... They can still pull Fire, I'm pretty sure, but they might go for Pyro first. But yeah, you're going to see him back over to the Fire Giant. I mean, that fight, if you're... they're going to do Pyro. But that fight for GG started off as good as I think it is. Musi got a little bit overzealous there and dove and got a little bit too low, able to survive there. But it took Lidline having to ult to kill Musi, which again should not be what we're doing. We want like Pluto again. It's just free casting. Um, like Lidline has to do something to be able to kill Pluto here. Again, he still not used Aegis, by the way. I don't think he's pressed it once the entire game. We now have 3 bombs. If we're sewer, like I think we can just do the same thing. Like, and we just need to communicate. Musi needs to like not be as aggressive. Because if he's able to do that and he's able to not lose his life to try and zone people out, this should just be a free fire.
Should be, but we'll see how that goes. 22 minutes into the game, it's a 10 kill lead for the Stewart, along with about a 7k gold lead. I mean, they're doing great right now, man. Things look good for the Stewart, but Going Ghosts haven't given up hope just yet. They've shown that they can win bits and pieces of a fight, right? They can't take the whole shebang-a-bang, but they can pick people off and play the one-on-one game fairly well as the Fire Giant burns down here. The Stewart take it down to half health, and Host Blockers around the corner waiting for Going Ghost to step up. The Stewart decided to drop it and gun for somebody, but who that is, not so sure. And Bapo's trying to create some space through Stormcall. Rivers of Yuke is out, and Mercury's online. Massive shutdown takes down Huz. Dragonfight's dead as well. Down goes Musi. Centaurus arrows might save Pluto, but he's doing anything he can in his power to escape inevitable death. The first Neocide for Going Ghost has just happened, and a Fire Giant will be their grand prize, along with a Grand Obsidian Dagger. That could not have went better for Going Ghost.
Guys, I fear we have spilled our pasta everywhere, and now the game is even, and Going Ghost is gonna have a lead. Louis. It's the second time. Like the first time, it was on that Gold Fury fight where Louis is tipped in his zone out and loses his life. If his team drops the objective to try and go save him. Like, we have 3 bombs, guys. Like, we dropped the Fire Giant at 4k HP. Like, if Louis wants to die, let him die. Like, the fire's too important. Now everybody dies. Our Pluto, who was our hard carry, is now dead. That's a huge shutdown. I don't remember who picked that up, but yeah. Louis just gets a little overzealous, doesn't have beads. He gets pulled by that Merc, and he's just dead. Nothing really, like I said, the full damage Hercules does not scale as well as the full tank one, and you're seeing it there. Not able to get anything off. Just dies, doesn't get much for it. Now he throws a boulder, not in time. Now, Going Ghost I think is in charge of this game. You're about to be level 20 if you are Vulcan. You're going to be able to get all these towers, Pyro, on the table, mid-beacon, and it's not looking good for Sewer now all of a sudden.
Yeah, the turns have tabled. Pyromancer getting looked at, and weakened tier 2s on each side of the map. Going Ghosts have a good amount of time to capitalize on these Fire Giant buffs. They just need to move, they need to go, and make sure that they get every single second that they can out of fire and use it with as much efficiency as possible. Like you said, those towers on the side provide a lot of gold. We'll make sure that everybody in Going Ghost can get to 20. At least Vulcan, right? You mentioned at least Vulcan, because that's a power player there. But the mid lane beacon appears to be the game plan for Going Ghost. They have all 5 in the middle, but so do the Sewer. No, wait a minute. Dragonfight's split pushing up right side. Do we try and split the map here a little bit? Is that the move?
Yeah, you just want to like split as much as you can. Like, Dragon's still level 20, but still able to, like, obviously you can farm a little bit. 1 bomb down the mid tower. Should just be free. Ooh, Luigi blinks in, misses the pluck. Ooh, but now we have waste our Emojolt, you know. We traded Blink pluck for Emojolt. I'll take that any day of the week. But you do get the mid T2 ritual. I think they want to fight this now that they know that this Emojolt isn't up. I wouldn't be surprised, but you are fighting into a team with fire. Alright, we do need to die Pluto. Like, we have fire. I think they do lose the ritual, but they want to do anything else. Doesn't look like it.
Okay, so Fire Giant buff still around for another minute, a little bit longer. Going Ghost continuing to W key to try and capitalize on this lead they have and the buffs they're in control of. They make their way towards the left side of the map. Maybe we can take down the tier 2 on the left and then back from there. That's probably the smartest thing they could do. Let's see how it goes. The Sewer want to defend here, but I don't think they have too high hopes. But Huz goes for a knock-up. Driving strike just a tad bit off the mark. They're going to chip down the tier 2 pretty easily.
Your left tower has been
Yeah,
destroyed.
we do have pushers up. Nothing really looks like they want to back. I'm interested to see like how much gold we do have to spend here. I'm assuming Vulcan, he bought Time Lock Aegis. Not buying starter just yet, opts to go for that Aegis first. But yeah, only thing left on the map to do for this fire is to probably take out that right side tower if they want to do that. I'm interested to see. We have 68 seconds on gold and around 75 seconds on fire. So they're going to be spawning at the same time. I don't think we're in a position to... We're not that far down to where, you know, we want to split gold for fire. You know, it's some team's option if like you don't want to give them both, but you don't think you can fight on fire, so you just opt to split the two. But I don't think we're in the position to do that. I think we still fight very strong in a 5v5 if we are the Sewer. I still think Pluto's very strong. You still have 3 bombs too. Like, we didn't use them during our last poll, so we still have them. We have them. But trying to catch Louis out. He's in a pickle here.
Oh no, oh no. Louis in trouble. Huzzblocker's on the run. Going Ghost want to start a fight here. They don't have Fire Giant buffs, but they do have a lot of confidence. With 3 ults down, they'll go towards this right side bird that is debuffed. Take it down and then run away. But the Sewer want to catch them with their pants down. Maybe they can find one. Belch of the Gods forces the storm call away from Babo. That seems to be the easiest target, but a great teleport will get him to safety. Rama's in the air, shooting out arrows, looking for damage onto the back line. Pluto's down to half health, and so is Dragonflight, but low health bar scattered across Going Ghost. That's the massive knockup from Blue Valentine. Driving strike into the wall, and look at Music goes straight for the back. Pluto takes down 1, Pluto takes down 2. That's a triple kill for Pluto. Down are all members of Going Ghost, and Fire Giant is absolutely free.
Yeah, terrible call there from GG. Once we burned literally everything to try and kill Huzzblocker there, we opt to go for this T2 in right despite having no ults or Fire Giant falling off. No ults, none of our important ults, no shell, literally nothing, and then we die. Like, they're gonna have an angle there because Louis didn't burn anything to get out of that, he just walked out of that. So we've traded all our lives for Fire Giant for a T2. I'm not gonna lie, I'm almost positive it could have ended there. They could have just skipped the fire and just walked it down the middle lane and tried to end, because they were able to do fire and walk up mid and they're still not respawn, but they're gonna opt for fire, get the gold. And now we've seen the game flip again. We still have 3 bombs. We weren't forced to use them because we didn't have to, because Going Ghost entered their brains out. And we now opt to get this free Ancient Fury. Birds are gonna be asleep. I don't know. I feel like I'm watching a basketball game right now, but the amount of runs that are happening.
Storm call into the Rivers of Yuke though, and a Burial to land as well. Musi takes down Vulcan. Low health bars on Going Ghost once more. They felt very confident taking that fight, but as soon as Phoenix lands, that's going to be a deicide for the Sewer. Getting slowed down, slanging astral arrows, but not going to work their way. Going Ghost tried to get one last good fight in, but the Sewer said, not today, big dog. See you next week. Or better yet, see you never. You're not even making it to playoffs. The Sewer marching down mid and look to end the game and reverse sweep the set.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a tilt. I don't know if we're boomed up for Going Ghost, but I don't know what we're doing walking into a team with fire like that. We get a kill onto Louis, but nothing much else. Free end here. Basically didn't have to do anything for it. Like, we have a decent start to the fight, but we sacrifice again. We burn everything to kill Huzzblocker. Like, that's great, but like, we just have nothing to survive literally anything else. Nothing to survive, you know, Pluto's ults, or like the amount of damage that he was doing. I mean, that was a rough last 5 or 6 minutes there for the Going Ghost boys.
I mean, wow. I was thinking in my head, like, man, Musi was talking all this mess when I talked to him before the game, and I guess he got checked a little bit in game 1, decided, hey, let's make some roster changes, let's lock in. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, it looked like it was a pretty good game across the board for the Sewer. Huzzblocker put on a clinic. Pluto, the saving grace for the Sewer. And Musi was a pretty solid frontliner. Dragonfly took a little bit of time to get online after a rough landing phase. And Blue had some good knockups as well. Congratulations to the team in its entirety. Do you have any feedback at all for Going Ghosts?
Not really. I'm pretty sure we're turbo boomed after that one. So I don't know. I'd be pretty boomed if I was GG. Like, we started off so good. So I don't know. Well, just didn't properly execute what we wanted to do that game 3, despite flipping the game like once in there. So I don't know. Trade deadline coming up. I don't know what else you can do. So I'd be interested to see what happens.
Well, that's all we've got for today, folks. A huge Sewer dub and a lot of action that happened before then. Thank you to all the big dogs at OSL, Snooze, Godsend, and everybody else that was able to make this happen for us today. Thank you to JT for joining me here in the booth today, but most importantly, thank you to every single viewer at home for tuning in to another wonderful broadcast of the Olympus Smite League. And if you enjoyed what you saw, you want to see more games like this, be sure to scroll down just a tad and hit that beautiful heart button below if you want to follow and see more competitive Smite action. We've got plenty, as the season has just barely started. We're just getting into week 3. So if you want to see more, be sure to tune in. And until then, take it easy, gamers. Thanks, y'all.
Ready to go! No shortcuts, no safety net. Every step earned in sweat. Long nights, same climb. Pressure builds, still I grind. Still here, still through the trial, through the pain, titans fall when I step in. I was forged for this, I rise in flame. Top of the mountain in my veins, gods are made when nothing breaks. I rise in flame. Light it go. Light it go. No crown, no throne, just the work done alone. Handshake, hold fast, every inch built to last. Breathe, don't through the trial, through the pain, titans fall when I step in. I was forged for this, I rise in flame. Top of the mountain in my veins, gods are made when nothing breaks. I rise in flame. Built, blood, given, cut and tested. If I fall, I get back again. Through the trial, through the pain, titans fall when I step in.